episode was crazy, bro. Bro, when I watched that, I was like, "What is happening?" No, I'm not gonna lie though. When he asked Huey to fart in that cake, bro, I did walk away. Like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was with my girl. I was with my girl, and when that all that shit started happening, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then the moment he said, it, I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm good." I'm like, "Babe, I'll come back in 5 minutes. Let me know when this bullshit's done." Like,
You guys are doing well.
Back.
We got the whole squad. It's been a minute. We've all,
Yo,
been doing our shit, trying to get things together. We're all here now, though. We are back. Let me get my soundboard up real quick, folks. I should have that shit on deck, but
yes, sir.
yeah, my bad. We're back,
get it,
though. We
guys.
hope you guys we hope you guys are doing well. Last stream, hopefully you guys caught it. I did post a couple clips on the Clips channel if you want to see, like, us cooking with TG and Sage. Shout out to our dogs. They're our dogs.
So fun.
Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. It's really appreciated. But feel free to ask about anything. There's a lot of things cooking right now. The Boys season 4, Boruto. We're waiting for the next chapter. That's going to be Heat. It's a good time. The combat sports world's going great. Unfortunately, Conor McGregor got hurt. That's rescheduled. Who knows when? But besides that, the combat sports world has been dope. We got John Jones in November against Stipe Miocic. That's going to be fire. It's a good time. Beef Wars continue. Kendrick Lamar dropped his music video on Not Like Us. Shout out to him. Even though,
absolutely.
Yeah, that shit was pretty fire. It was pretty creative. I'll give him that. What's going on, everyone? What's going on?
Speaking of that, though, Jay, really quick, the beginning of the song, I couldn't tell if that's either like him saying, "Hey, I got another diss song for you if you're ready," or if that was him like saying, "Oh, I'm working on a project." I don't know, but it sounded lit though.
Similar to
that song sounded lit.
It sounded pretty lit. It looked like it had some potential because when we heard push-ups at the end of push-ups on Drake's song, he hinted Family Matters, so this could be something similar to that.
Like that's what I'm saying. I couldn't tell like if it was like, "Hey Drake, if you do something else, I got another one for you." And or if it's just him like, "Oh, this is what I'm working on next," whatever. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I heard the beginning of that song, when he plays it, it sounds like a banger, like a Drake type banger too. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like if he has like another one in the chamber, you might as well. The fucking dirty laundry's been aired out. They might as well drop whatever they have.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it doesn't get any more personal than they've already made it. The pedo shit, the women beater shit, like
bringing up families and shit. Yep.
Facts. If I were Drake or Lamar, I'd be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna drop all the ammo I got at this point. Like, I got nothing to lose. It doesn't get more personal
what I'm saying.
Than it is now."
Like overall, I don't think it's a diss for Drake. I don't think it would be that. I know people could be like, "Oh, maybe it's another thing," but I do think it's just another thing he's working on. And all I will say though, that song sounds legit. Though I was like, "Wait, was this man inspired by Drake?"
Yeah, it sounded dope.
It sounded dope.
Yeah, that Attack on Titan tier list was the opposite of cooking. Oh, I knew some people were gonna be pressed by that, dude. We had Aaron, we had the MC and B tier.
Oh yeah, B tier.
That was genuine. We gave reasons for that. Like there was a genuine placement.
Damn.
Jay, what do you think about U.S. football team losing to Japan? I heard about that. Was it like a professional team or? I doubt it was an NFL team. But was it like a professional or? Yeah, no NFL teams losing to no team in Japan, bro. You're not going to see fucking Patrick Mahomes getting fucking struggling with a Japanese secondary. I'm just being honest. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What was that? Was that like a high school team or? Yeah, I'm gonna say this: the U.S. is the best in the world when it comes to football.
They are statistically.
Yeah, basketball, baseball, kind of baseball.
Yeah, I guess. Like I don't even if it was like the pro league, I don't really see them going all out type shit because like it kind of feels like unless it was the Olympics, like they're gonna go pretty serious, but like I don't know. I feel like they have reasons for not. It's like if they get injured prior to the season, it's very detrimental towards like the whole trajectory essentially. So there are reasons to hold back, but again, I don't know if it was like a Pro Bowl type shit.
Yeah, like the Pro Bowl now they hold back. They don't even fucking try. Like they're like kind of cruising instead of actually going like 100% all out.
Oh, the All-Star game. Same shit, bro.
Yeah, that ain't shit. Like they're not. I mean, I think years ago you'd have a case that they were going all out, but today, nah. The Pro Bowl, they're not going all out. I think there's even like rules that you can't hit a certain way and stuff like that. So I doubt that First of all, I doubt that was an NFL team. Secondly, I doubt they're going all out if it was a pro. Like, yeah, so is Shakir fighting today? Shakir Stevenson, is he fighting today? Is that today? He's fighting Artem. Is that today?
Really?
Let me check real quick. Yeah, Shakir.
Hey, what'd you think about that Yuri fight though, dude? You got worked.
Bro, oh my god.
It wasn't even fair, bro. Like...
Bro, Alex Pereira, I have to say this, and I'm an Izzy fan. Alex Pereira might be the best striker I've ever seen in the UFC. Ever. Dude. Over Izzy, over Connor. The guy's a fucking monster, dude. Like, I've never seen...
Over John Jones, too?
I mean, look, not all around now. He's not better all time than John. But striking, just in the department of striking, he might be the best of. You could say it's because of his power too, because his power is fucking like preposterous. But yeah, it's preposterous power. I mean, it's fucking insane. Gotcha. But he's so gifted, like as far as from a technical standpoint, fundamentals, he might be the best striker I've ever seen. He's up there at least with the greats like Connor, Izzy. Obviously, he beat Izzy 3 fucking times. Izzy, guys like that. Like he's up there, man. That guy's a fucking. I mean, I think he'd go up to heavyweight. He's not beating John firstly. I think John retires. Yeah. And Alex legitimately have a shot at becoming champion at heavyweight. He's not beating John. Speaking of John, everyone wants John to fight Alex now. That would be fucking dude. If that happens,
that'd be great. We're just gonna forget about him. Like
yeah, everyone's writing off Stipe now. Like, hey, yeah, some respect. He's still the best heavyweight of all time, at least. Best heavyweight of all time.
I don't think it was like for Yuri to fight fucking Alex Pereira, it just didn't seem like an equal matchup, to be honest, dude. Like Yuri's talented as fuck. You know, he's just not on that same wavelength, right? Like
not Alex level.
No.
Yeah, he's not
like higher echelon.
Like, yeah, he's in a different tier. Like he's S tier, Yuri is like A tier. He's just not on the same level. Like it's a different caliber of opponent. And he just can't. It's his kryptonite. A guy with power that's technical is the worst matchup for someone that's very chaotic with their striking. It works against 95% of people. It's not going to work against Alex. You make one mistake against that guy, you're going to fucking sleep.
Done. You're done. Yeah.
So, you're done. Yeah, it's over. It's like kind of like
KO'd him.
Dude, yeah. I saw that. Yeah. I saw that. He almost
got saved. And then like
saved by the bell, and that shit ended. That shit ended right away.
And then
like, bruh.
The next round, he gets knocked out by a head kick. Pereira don't be doing that shit, right? But here he is.
He doesn't play, bro. He doesn't even play that.
Busting it out.
I think he was.
That shit was crazy.
I think he was very comfortable. He knew he had Yuri compromised. He's like, fuck it, I'll just throw it, and it worked. I mean, shit, dude.
After that first round, fuck yeah, he's compromised, dude.
He's like, hey, fuck it, I'll throw kicks now. I don't even throw fucking head kicks. I throw fucking calf kicks. He's like, hey, I'm gonna throw anything at this point. Amen. That boy's episode was wicked. So I fucked with the episode, bro, but the thing is, I was eating during most of it. There was some nasty ass shit. I was like, bro.
Yes.
There was.
Like, I was like, bro, really this shit with this weird fucking, like, fetish dude? Like, I hope he dies. I want someone to kill this motherfucker right now. I was glad, you know, he ended up the way he ended up, but I was like, dude, what the fuck?
That shit was just crazy. And then, like, that one chick, I always knew she was a fucking weirdo, bro. I knew it. When she came down there,
That bitch is nasty.
Also, that scene with like Mother's Milk and the web weaver, dude, that was so unnecessary, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, I was eating too, bro. I was eating when I saw that shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck is
that? All I'm saying, I said this before to you too, but like, I'm sorry, but like, I literally had to walk away when all that weird shit was out. When it all started happening, I was like, what the fuck am I watching right now? And then when he asked him like fart on the fucking chocolate cake, I was like, nope. I was like, nope, babe, I'm gone. I walked away and I said, I'll come back in like the next 5 or 10 minutes. Let me know when it's done.
They gotta cut it out with that fetish shit, bro. That's just nasty.
Like why? Why was that necessary?
Yeah, bro. I want to see action. I want to see fucking
literally
fucking fetish shit.
Like, bro, I want to see all the parasites like fighting and shit. Like they're over here like fucking like building that up like to like a crazy event that's gonna be going down. Like, bro, let's get to that.
Where's Soldier Boy when you need him, bro? We need him to come in and fucking save the day, bro.
Honestly.
Right
oh man.
Like, fuck that. He wouldn't play that shit. If he were to see that shit, he'd be like, you guys are fucking nasty, bro. All y'all are fucking. He'd probably kill all those people. He sees that shit, he's killing all of them. Fuck that. The U.S. have to win Olympic basketball gold with their lineup. Otherwise, you're declining, guys. The World Cup last year was just the start. Oh, basketball? I mean, here's the thing. To be fair, the European leagues and all that, even in Asia, some of those players are really fucking good, dude. Like in other parts of the world, like Jokic and fucking guys like Jokic, guys like that, Giannis, those guys are fucking monsters. It's not like the U.S. is declining. It's just that the foreign countries' skill level is rising. Like fucking Giannis, Jokic, those guys are dogs. Like, that's the problem. So, and some of the greats are getting old. LeBron, Curry, Durant, like some of the greats that we've seen for the last decade or so they're getting old. I mean, Father Time catches up to us all, right? So, it is what it is.
It will be replenished though, and
yeah, it'll be replenished. We got some great young stars. You know, we got great young talent. So we'll be all right.
Edwards,
Devin Booker,
right?
Edwards, Booker, Ja Morant. If he gets his shit together, he's very talented. Zion
KCD.
Williamson, man. KCD, that's another good one. If Zion Williamson wasn't such a simp and so injury prone, that guy would be a dog too. So there's a few guys, bro. It's still astounding how inept Trump and Biden are when it comes to debating. Most mid-tier Discord debate goons would unironically pack those. You're probably right, bro. Here's the thing. I was watching the debates because I'm a debate goon. It's like, bro, how can the Democratic Party have any sort of respect for themselves, allowing a senile, old-ass, fucking half-dead, I'm not even trying to be mean, this is the truth, half-dead fucking man debate Trump? Like, you're making Trump look like fucking Jordan Peterson up there, bro. Like, he can't even speak, let alone like have any sort of refutation against what Trump is saying, bro. He can't function. His mind is declining. He's senile.
It's like putting a handicapped person up against a fucking a professional debater. Like, what the fuck do you expect?
What do you expect? Like, there's no way he makes it.
Like, bro, if it was years ago, like I've seen the clips. If it was years ago of when Biden was actually competent and could actually try to fight back and whatever, blah blah. Then sure, I'd understand it. Free reign, right? But, like, the guy is cooked. He's done.
He's senile. He was, like, having a fucking aneurysm, like, mid-fucking debate. He's like, I'm like, oh, fuck.
You want to know what's crazy? Bro, you want to know what's crazy?
Yeah,
like, that's the guy you're trying to make compete to take over our country? Like, are you fucking, like...
Come on.
Like, you know how, like, weak that makes us look as well? Like, come on, bro.
Dude, that's a good point. That was one of the good points Trump did make. I gotta admit, he said, we look weak as fuck because this guy can barely fucking stand and speak, let alone
literally.
He has a point.
Like, bro, all the other countries, bro, if all the countries are seeing that shit, they're gonna be like, bro, okay, bet.
Why do you think Putin attacked Ukraine? Putin was like, fuck this shit. Biden doesn't even know what the fuck's happening. You think he'll care if I attack Ukraine?
Yep.
He doesn't know what the fuck's happening. His cabinet is gonna have to tell him. He probably didn't even know until his cabinet told him, or until fucking Kamala Harris told him, hey, I know you had to take your pills today, Biden, but Putin attacked Russia. You gotta do something. Like, that's probably how it went down because he doesn't know what the fuck's happening half the time.
It's crazy, bro.
It's that bad. Trump looks like whether you like him or not, he looks like Jordan Peterson right now. It is what it is. Like, because of his competition, it is what it is. It's fucking sad, dude. I think people hate on Shakir too much for being boring.
It's just sad that RFK couldn't gain any real traction.
Oh, dude, I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see him as a nominee, bro. Yeah, I would have loved to see him as a nominee. I think he'd have a good shot in the debate. He might even beat Trump. He's
probably
very, he's very,
I think he's competent.
He's very sophisticated,
honestly,
very competent.
Yeah.
A Kennedy. I'm sure he has a lot of knowledge just from his bloodline.
He got that genetic. Yeah. Let's be real. He has to have knowledge. Yeah, he has to have it.
Genetic gifts. I mean, his fucking, his fucking uncle was JFK. I mean, come on, man.
Who doesn't want to see him rise up again? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Bro. Another Kennedy in office.
Like we need. Why do we not have him going against Trump when we have fucking Biden? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That makes no sense.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
There's a possibility now because of how bad it performed that there's a possibility they may remove him. I don't know who they're gonna replace him with. That's the problem. But I have a feeling it's. I don't know.
I feel like the answer is obvious. 50-50. You know.
Yeah, it's 50-50 that the Democratic Party might remove him, but they might be so petty that they might say, "Fuck it, we're gonna keep him in here and just let him fucking push through." He's gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
Even though he's the current running president, they can still really revoke him like that. Is that actually an option, or he had
maybe not from office
tenure.
Maybe not from office, but maybe as nominee. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's tough. There's a lot of red tape.
They need to figure it the fuck out because that shit is ass.
Dude, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
It's so bad.
What's going on, Luis? Been a minute, brother.
What's up, homie?
What's going on, bro? It's still okay. I just read that the entire weight of the Attack on Titan narrative revolves around Eren, the plot, and the climax because he's usually the best at. Now you have a point with a lot of the narrative revolving around him, but to say he's the best character, I just
that's
agree
cap.
Those
aren't. That's cap.
They're not mutually inclusive. Those can be mutually exclusive. Well, not mutually exclusive, but one thing can be true, one thing cannot be. And I think he is a heavy influence on the narrative, but it doesn't mean he's the best character.
Yeah, no.
Like I think Levi's better. I think the commander's better. I think several characters are better, but you're right about him being essential and pivotal to the plot, though. That's obvious, you know. What's going on? What's going on? Happy Barra, bro. Biden was straight up speaking like a mental patient, bro. He was like fucking having an aneurysm.
He was cooked. He was cooked.
Yeah. What if ARK wins in the debate? Yeah, bro. It's sad. It really is. What if RFK wins? Well, he can't now. I think it's down to the two party nominees.
Yeah.
It's just Biden and Trump. Yeah. Would you guys let get Apple glasses, like virtual glasses, not a headset? Sounds cool. Apple's coming out with a lot of good products lately. It doesn't matter if they're inept at debating because the point of a presidential debate isn't to be ultimately logical. We've already seen 4 years of both. We know what to expect. Yeah, it's a popularity contest. You're right. It is. That's what it's been, especially since the Trump versus Clinton race. That's all it's been. When it was Obama versus Romney, that was still very cordial. Like they were debating policy. They weren't debating character.
Yeah.
That was a time where
100%.
policy and logic were still pivotal. Now it's who's cooler, who's more liked. It's the ad hominem game. Who's better at the ad hominem game?
Facts.
Which radical, extreme political form of media can shit on the other side better? Could it be CNN or Fox? That's basically what it is. So, yeah. The only point was to see that Biden has declined. That's inevitable, man. He's so incompetent because of his age that it's fucking apparent. Even a fucking guy with a sub IQ can see that. It's very, very apparent. They can't hide it no more. But Biden's rebuttal to Trump's point about the open border was laughable. Dude, the whole time he kept repeating himself. He's like, Trump is a liar. Trump is lying. That's not true. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I'm like, oh my god, bro.
Where's the proof, homie?
Yeah, where's the proof? What the fuck? Do you think inflation will be done with when Trump gets in, or will inflation just stick forever? Now, that's a tough question, because there's a lot of aspects and factors that play a role in that. Yeah. Many variables that he probably can't even control. He can try and influence with policy, but when he was in office, the pre-pandemic, he did have a positive impact as far as an economic standpoint. As far as like societal, that's a whole different debate. From an economical standpoint, he was having before the pandemic. I'm not saying after. I don't know which president could have stopped that, because the pandemic affected the globe, let alone just the United States. But he had a positive impact on the economy. If he wins, we'll see. I mean, it's a tough question. I would say yes, because he's very pro-business, very pro-domestic business, especially. Like he was very heavy on export taxes and import taxes when it came to foreign countries, like affiliating from an economic standpoint with the U.S., which is he was a nationalist, so it really benefited the United States. I'd say yes, but we'll see. It's Trump spreading lies and Biden being unfit for the job. I mean, hey man, at this point, I see what you're saying, and you got a point. It's just picking the better of two evils, honestly. I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's sad to say, but it's just what it is. When did this new wave of right-wing people constantly using the N-word and hard R happen? That one white girl Tate and our dude, that shit is weird. Okay, like
I don't fuck with that.
I mean, I don't fuck with that shit. I think it's because X is so freedom of speech. It's so pro freedom of speech that people are taking advantage of that and using the fucking N-word. That shit is weird as fuck. Fuck that bitch that uses the N-word.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Tate's doing it though, because let's be real. He's always been a troll god though. He loves
troll. I think he's trolling. I still don't fuck with it,
he's not. I know for a fact he's not racist. Like blah blah.
Yeah, he's not.
But he's literally dead ass just trolling and throwing the word out there. But at the same time, that's just something you don't really do, because again, there's a lot of depressing, tragic fucking shit with that.
Yeah.
But that's different.
I don't fuck with that. Ryan Garcia.
Guys, if you guys have seen any of like the true story movies or all the documentaries, you name it, all that, it's some horrific, traumatic, sad fucking shit. Like, bro, I kid you not, every time I saw like one of those type of movies, which 9 out of 10 times they were normally really goated as well, but 9 out of 10 times, bro, that shit got me emotional because of how fucking dark it was. Like, it's
that shit is so dark. You just don't, that's why, like the white girl, fuck that bitch. That bitch is fucking weird. I don't fuck with her. Like, I'm right wing, but fuck that hoe. I will never be on that radical. That's not a right wing person. That's a fucking racist. That's what that shit is. So fuck her.
Yeah,
Tate trolling,
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that hoe. I don't fuck with that. Tate like is cool and shit, but I don't fuck with that. Yeah. Ryan Garcia's having a manic episode. Honestly, I think
I hate him. I fucking hate him.
Yeah, he has mental illness. I think that speaking of Ryan Garcia, the WBC I think either suspended him or banned him from competition. I think that's a little extreme. I actually think he's having mental illness. That's not to excuse his behavior. He should be in a fucking a mental hospital, but he's having a manic episode. I literally think he's having mental issues. Like, no joke. I think he's having a real problem right now. And I think his team should be on it. They should take his fucking phone away.
They should give him help.
They should put him in Yeah, get him in fucking treatment, bro, because dead ass.
They should have taken him away from sports. That is a little fucking overkill.
Yeah, that's extreme. That's extreme. Yeah, like, he needs help. That's all I got to say. Am I a fan of him? No, not anymore, but he needs help. Either way, whether I'm a fan or not. Could the CM2 amp be a flat boost instead of percentage based? Like, instead of having the base amp by 10, Drobo got 500 more power on top of his 50 base power.
So the curse mark, I see where he's getting at. The curse mark, even though I know TG kind of stirred up a pot and made it a little bit more contentious and in the air now with his recent takes on it, but the curse mark, what we do know for a fact is it is an amp. It is an amp, absolutely, when it comes to like them using ninjutsu. Because like if you look at Sasuke, he does his Shidori stream against Datara, it can't reach. He does CM2, now it's like way fucking farther, and it almost hit Datara, and Datara's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So like we do know it does amplify ninjutsu. We even see that in the Itachi fight as well. It also amplifies the Sharingan Genjutsu. So like it clearly is an amp when it comes to ninjutsu being applied. When it comes to ninjutsu and genjutsu. When it comes to taijutsu, that's what people like to put into question. I again would still say it is, because if you kind of look at Jirobo or even Saikon, like when Saikon does CM1, he gets faster. So he goes from running. Like it's blatant feats. Like he goes from running and moving forward, and that he can't catch up because he's fatigued. And then he turns on his CM1, he gets pissed off, and he's bloodlusted, and now he's moving even quicker, and Keepa's like, oh shit, he's fast now, you know what I mean? And then you even have Sasuke, when he first unlocks his CM1, he goes from, like, being part 1 Sasuke in the Force of Death to, like, kind of soft as fuck in comparison to a lot of the people there, right? And he's not really that great. Then he goes to CM1 to where now he's, like, fucking speed blitzing and able to pick up Naruto and Sakura like they're light as fuck and shit on Zaku. And Dozu's like, oh my god, his chakra, blah, blah. So the curse mark is blatantly a fucking amp. You know what I mean? I don't know why people try to like figure out ways to... Now, what I will say where it gets confusing, where people try to do like a false narrative in a way, or say it's more likely not, is the fact that when we analyze Sasuke further on using it, whether if it's in Shippuden or during part 1 against Naruto, what I always argue is we know Naruto and Sasuke are not perfect with chakra control. If they were, they would be fucking gods. They would literally be shitting on everybody. But since their chakra control isn't fucking... if their chakra control is not perfect, and we know this was at least in part 1, for sure, Sasuke's chakra control wasn't good either. It was better than Naruto, but it wasn't perfect. And so the reason why, because of that, even though he has all this enormous amount of chakra, he can't make full use of it because, again, his shit is not perfect. And that's why it kind of looks like the amp is not really, significant or doesn't make a big deal. But when we actually get to Shippuden, he's actually making more use of it, and it's pretty fucking clear, you name it, so on and so forth, and yada yada. So, again, like, we even have Jugo. You see him go from, like, fighting against, like, V1 Raikage in his base or whatever, and then when Raikage gets even more pissed off and releases more chakra in V1, what does he have to do? He has to go to CM2 to even have any chance remotely. Otherwise, he would have just got shitted on, So it is...
the way I look at CM2 is, in general, when it comes to logic and fictional based realities where there is some things that are just inevitably ambiguous. I do Occam's razor for the most part. Like, here's what we do know. It's stated that CM2 is an amp. There's a number given. 10 is a number that we are given. It's literally stated. It's iterated. Then we see improvements in performance after these, amps are provided. Yep. So there is no observable contradiction to why that specific amp wouldn't be the case. Like, what if it's this kind of amp or that kind of amp? Yeah. There's no reason to have those sort of doubts, as there's nothing in the narrative to to substantiate those doubts. So it's really whether you have if you do have those doubts, I would just disregard them because there is nothing to substantiate, sort of like enhance the probability of your doubts. So I do think it's an amp for sure. That's obvious. Just the performance itself proves it, and then the number 10 is given to kind of quantify what the amp is. So I think it's that simple.
Yeah, like Jay, everybody forgets it's Sage mode. It's literally Sage mode. Yeah, it's artificial fucking Sage mode.
Exactly. That's basically what it is. Yeah.
It's stated verbatim. That's what it is. Like when I forgot who was saying it. It was when they're in the cave. It was either Sagetsu, Sasuke, or Jugo. I don't know. Somebody fucking or Kabuto. Somebody fucking said it.
Probably Jugo.
Yeah, but they explained everything it was. It's literally fucking Sage mode. Like, it's Sage mode, like Jugo.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was the original source of it, and then Orochimaru took it, made a curse mark of it, made artificial forms of it, and basically has artificial Sage modes that he can just place on people. While Jugo was the organic pure source of it. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, Orochimaru, like, synthetically engineered, like, this pseudo Sage mode, and he gave it to certain, like, obviously the Sound 4, he gave it to Sasuke eventually. So it's basically like a pseudo Sage mode. So you could argue logically that the amp isn't as great as authentic Sage mode.
Normal. Yeah.
But you can't. But it's certainly a amp. You can't disregard that or like negate that. It's certainly an amp. That's just a fact. Like it's obvious performance enhanced. Yeah.
The way I completely agree. I think you guys couldn't have said anything better. Like I think to paraphrase, I think it's quite simply just like a Senjutsu or chakra amp in general, and like Batman was kind of illustrating, it's up to the user to allocate that said chakra to whatever it may be more applicable towards. So for example, Tayuya, it was very like advantageous with her like flute Chains of Fantasia jutsu. She can only do that jutsu in CM2. Jirobo could only lift up Choji in CM2, etc., etc. So it's really like about chakra control, and it's not necessarily like, oh yeah, now I'm at least 10 times stronger, so therefore my power is 10 times stronger. It's up to the user to be able to have the wherewithal to allocate that chakra in the first place. It is a gradual process.
But it's like dependent upon. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like dependent upon the arsenal too. Like you said, Jirobo is more physical prowess based because that's his literal arsenal is dependent upon his like physical prowess. Tayuya is more like her genjutsu specialty. Then you have like Kidomaru, who's like speed based and long distance ninjutsu based, and then you have Sakon with his shit. So that's a good point. So it is kind of like dependent upon their arsenals.
Facts. Like a blatant given, to say what like substantiate further what Shinobi's saying, a blatant given is without a fucking doubt all their abilities are normally going even further, right, than what they were before. Yeah. It's blatantly demonstrated. We even see it with the Spider Dude where he's shooting all his shit, and the moment he goes in CM2, now it's like fucking like golden fucking armor arrows and shit or whatever and blowing through a fucking forest and what, like, you know what I mean? So again, like, it's blatantly, when it comes to their ninjutsu, genjutsu, all that, you name it, that is just blatantly more fucking powerful, whatever. Where people struggle with the curse mark, that's where it can be put into question whether or not it's actually helping them more or not, is when it comes to their taijutsu emphasis of it and their movement, right? Their speed and their strength and stuff like that. And for the most part, it does increase it. Again, we see it with Sasuke, we see it with Saikon, but then sometimes, depending on the opponent they're fighting, the amp may not be high enough to where it allows them to still be, above them, basically, right? It just basically put them in even footing and whatnot. Like when we see Tayuya, she goes from base fighting Shikamaru to Naruto, and the next thing you know, she does CM1, yet she still can't shit on Shikamaru. So basically all that means is clearly for her, there could be a couple of reasons why that's the case. For one, either her chakra control, right? It's not that great, so she can't make full use of it, so she's still kind of fair game with Shikamaru. Or two, most importantly, Shikamaru, when he's emphasizing his body and using his full power, he can still match Tayuya. It's the one of those two. But it's not just, it doesn't physically, enhance and whatever, because we do see it with Sasuke and Saikon. If they didn't have the feats, then I wouldn't be saying that. I would just be, it's only ninjutsu and jutsu and genjutsu or Sharingan, whatever, blah, blah, right? But we have feats where it does increase their physical stats as well. So,
Yeah, that's a good point. Essentially, it's a multivariate equation. It's not as simple as like 1 + 1 = 2. There's like several variables, and those variables can change, like Shinobi and Batman said, depending upon this Shinobi that we're talking about.
Yep.
You know, whether it's a
Like
physical prowess
Itachi, it's
based
obviously
or
redundant, right? You know, because it's Itachi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. If Biden was assassinated, would Trump just win by default? No, I think the VP would. Then they would have the VP as a nominee.
Kamala.
Kamala, yeah,
Dude.
she would be the one running against him. Forgive me my selfishness, but I don't want Trump to win as a European because Ukraine needs war support. I mean, that's fair if you're, in Ukraine.
Fair.
That's fair. That's fair enough. Even though I didn't get offended by any of Ryan's words, clearly not sorry. He already defended so many people and didn't care. Now I apologize because he saw he's finally taking us too far. He needs help. But yeah, I see what you're saying. He needs help though. I've seen people skill tune exam Naruto to being relative in speed to weightless leap because he blitzes Garo-san in the hospital, much like Lee did. Thoughts? I mean, that insane mental amp plus the Nine-Tails chakra intervention sort of situation, I don't think that's a far-fetched scaling. He's very amped at that point in time. He's literally defending the love of his life. He has, the Nine-Tails chakra amp. So I don't think that's a far-fetched conclusion.
That man got amps upon amps, bro. he had the will of fire amp.
Yeah, he's the amp god, man. I mean, he's Naruto.
Man had the will of fire to protect my loved ones. Fucking then adding Nine-Tails shit into it, like, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that Swag follows Noodles and Destiny on Twitter. I thought the Seth stuff caused me to cut ties with Noodles, and the latter has a lot of political stances Swag would never agree with. Swag is he's a great dude, man. That's what it is. Like, he's very forgiving, I feel like. I think that's why he still follows Noodles. With Destiny, I don't know what Swag's like political stances are, so I don't know about that, but I think he's just very forgiving and shit. He's a good dude, man. He really is. Shout out to him. Curse Mark was basically Sage Mode before Sage Mode was a thing. Yeah, exactly. It was like the first introduction to what Senjutsu is about. So do y'all vote? I'm just curious. Honestly, dude, I don't. In general, I do, but I don't know if it's worth it this presidential election, bro. It's a fucking joke. Like, it's
These
fucking
last two, the last
laughable.
one I didn't. This year, I'm very apprehensive. It's kind of the same bullshit all over again. I'm recycled.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's a waste of time.
So,
it's a waste of time, honestly. But in general, I do. But yeah, it's a fucking joke this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Even more than last year. Kishimoto Loki forgot that Itachi became an Abukata at 13 when he wrote in the data book that he was 17 during part 1. That throwaway lines that were sole reason his age is a plot hole. Oh, really? What do you expect from the swing states? Honestly, this is what I'm going to say about the swing states and about the general American. Most Americans are competent and logical enough to deduce that Biden is extremely senile and incompetent, and that him in office wouldn't do no favors to any side of the political spectrum. So I think the majority within those states and just the average American in general is gonna vote for Trump because of what the other option is. Whether they agree with his policies or not, he's just competent. He's a competent individual with a brain that's still intact. It's that simple. It really is. Unfortunately, that's sad to say that it's that much of a fucking joke of an election this year, but that's what it is. So.
And I honestly, I can't think of one real impactful law or legislation that Biden has passed, specifically in the last year, to really promote his campaign and traction in general. So if he's not even doing it by this point and he's still this incompetent, I think, and with Kamala there, dude, there needs to be a change. I'm sorry. It's just a bad look, bro.
It's a terrible look. I'd be shocked if Biden wins. I'm just saying.
I am too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy to me that Seth and Six would say some genuinely unhinged shit about whoever they were debunked if they were paid enough. Would y'all do the same for $1 grand? No. I wouldn't do that to,
we don't.
When I don't know.
To say what they said? Wouldn't the hell no. We could debunk somebody or react, and that's fine or whatever. And I can't speak for Jay, but you guys know how I am. I have a filter for the most part. But if I'm starting to hear some retarded ass fucking shit for Naruto scaling. Let's say some fucking dipshit's trying to push an agenda of Kiba being fucking, I don't know, built different and now shits on everybody. Obviously, I'm going to be like, what the fuck am I watching? And at that point, if you get butthurt, I don't care. But I'm not, but what Seth and Six did, that was some next level shit. They were calling that man a pedo, the whole nine, you name it.
Yeah, Seth is a fucking... Yeah, bro, I wouldn't do that shit. Unless it's Noodles. Fuck him. But besides that, nah, I'm not doing that shit.
Yep.
Let's see. How far would Homelander get in an Akatsuki gauntlet?
The
problem would be his durability would be trouble. Not really his physical stats as far as like his speed and, and things like that. Like Hedon, there's a question of would his fucking like sort of blade even pierce fucking like would it even pierce Homelander's skin? I don't know.
He could do the ritual on it very easily.
Yeah, you could argue that if he can get his blood, because Maeve was able to do it with a fucking what was it, like a fucking pen or some shit.
Yeah, pencil.
That Hedon would be able to do the same. So I think Homelander would not get far at all. I think he'd be lucky to get past Hedon.
I'd say this. I do think like it depends on how much faster because these characters are at that point. Because if Hedon is like drastically faster than Homelander, then we obviously do know with like enough speed or whatever you name it, that can normally allow you to bypass someone's durability. Like look at bullets, right? You know
durability.
what I mean? I do know there's like exceptions or whatever. Like the other person could still just be so fucking durable. It doesn't even matter if you're fat. Like for like Superman to Flash, but to say Homelander is that much built different, like like some Superman durability, I don't know about all that.
Yeah,
no. But what's it called? So like it's interesting. It gets contentious in a way, but like overall, like it's similar to what Jay said. It depends how far his durability goes. Like if it's strong enough to deal with people's attacks like that, then yeah, they'll be faster, but they just can't hurt him. And then basically, it's the battle wouldn't end. You know what I mean? Like it just there's no point,
it'd be like eventually, like let's say they can't hurt him, then he wouldn't be able to hit him. They're just too fast. Yeah. Like it'd be a fucking stalemate.
Now, if they have hacks, if they have hacks, that's a different story though. Like if it's like
Itachi or some shit.
Yeah, if it's like Itachi or anybody that got some hack, or better yet, if it was like a perfect Susanoo or some shit, I don't think he's dealing with that either. But
I don't think he's getting past Hedon, dude. To be honest, he's getting some blood. He's doing the ritual, and he's done. Like,
he just needs one. He needs one drop. That's all he needs. Like if fucking Maeve can stick a pin in his ear and cause him to fucking bleed.
Because bro,
he'll cut.
Like think of it this way: do you think Kakashi could hurt fucking Homelander without a Chidori, like just with a kunai or something or whatever, or taijutsu? Because if you think Kakashi can hurt him and you think he's like that fast and strong, then Hedon would be able to do it as well. Because he's blatantly like scales to Kakashi. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think he wouldn't get far at all. The speed, he's far inferior. Skill wise, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Like in his verse, he's like a god who doesn't even need to engage in battle because of the intimidation he causes amongst his opponents. Like in the Naruto verse, he'd get tested and he'd get fucking wrecked, bro.
Because what was the speed? Here's another thing too. The speed discrepancy is ridiculous. Like how fast was A-Train? Because A-Train's faster than him. But how fast is that motherfucker?
Around sound
it takes them a few hours to get to a different country. That's slow in Naruto.
So is that like
if he's
is that what like the speed of sound?
Is that large?
Probably fighter jet
maybe
or some shit.
Yeah, maybe like Mach 2, let's say, like max.
Yeah.
Or like 2 times the speed of sound.
Okay.
But like you're saying, if the discrepancy of speed is that large, then that just equivalates to more AP. And we saw what Dave could do. We know that he only needs a little bit of blood for his fucking hacks, let alone the whole fucking Akatsuki, dude. If it was like a gauntlet, like 1 by 1, he's stopping at
Hedon. That's what I'm getting at then. Because if that's the fact, we know in part 1 the Genin and the Forest of Death were fucking at the speed of sound and shit or whatever. Okay, so if they're already at the speed of sound at that point, then you put years upon years of them all getting stronger, and this is not even including the Jonings that were already beyond that, whatever, and then you put them into the equation. Yeah. They're like tremendously way more fucking faster. You know what I mean? Like you even like fucking so like if that's what we're talking about, like then like basically like you guys said, speed and power, you name it. Because Homelander, the reason why he hits so fucking hard is because of how fast he is. He's strong, but they're all strong, right? They're all fucking strong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Strong.
But the reason why he's a big threat is because of his speed as well. So then you give a ninja that has the same strength, right? Similar strength or whatever, or greater, okay? But with even way more speed, that's even more power on top of it. He's getting cut. Like I don't... He's getting cut, you know? Yeah.
Badly. What if rules were reversed? What if Naruto fought Danzo and Sasuke fought pain, who would win?
Naruto would die because
Naruto is stage mode. Yeah, he's not gonna be a problem. Sasuke fighting pain, Sasuke would lose. They'd both lose.
Yeah, they both lose, and the reason why, like, I'm gonna say this: Danzo's a fucking bitch, by the way. Like, he's actually like scaling wise, like he's actually not that great. Like his best stuff that he has was like him, like, you know, being on a similar ground with Sasuke, like body to body, right? Like their combat speed and shit like that. But when Sasuke was in his Susanoo, he was very outmatched. Like he was relative here and there, but for the most part, he was just getting blitzed over and over, and whatnot. And the only other impressive thing Danzo did have was like with a 3-tomo to Sasuke's MS, he was still like having the same exchanges or whatever. So, like, Danzo has some impressive stuff with that. And then when Danzo has no Sharingan, he can still fucking, push Sasuke with an MS on and shit. So, Danzo's impressive in that regard. But at the same time, they're both fucking crazy fatigued, whatever you name it. So, there's all that, whatever. All I'm getting at is if Danzo tries to have any exchange with Seijima Naruto is shitting on him. But the problem, the problem though is Izanagi would be a freebie though. Like he's gonna come back. Yeah. Naruto doesn't have Susanoo with. Like I'm sorry, but Naruto's Seigeman durability is not gonna be as strong as a Susanoo. I don't want to fucking hear it. You know what I mean?
No.
Like that's cap. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what's it called? So like Danzo sneaks up and he will get an off guard hit because you can't detect it. Whatever, blah blah. It literally it's just that's what it's made for. Naruto's gonna basically get fucking hit. Now, will he die? I won't say that. Like, Shisui didn't die, you know, whatever, blah. Like, he's not gonna die, but he'll be injured, you know, things like that. Basically, where I'm getting at, Naruto, he's on a time limit, while Danzo can last for a very long while. Because the match that Danzo and Sasuke played was an outlasting match. Who's gonna go out of stamina first, basically, right? You know? So I do think Danzo wins in that category. If it comes to outlasting, sure. Let's say Naruto has 2 shadow clones. Okay, that's fucking that's 10 minutes of time. Well, 15 minutes total, right? He has 15 minutes while Danzo has not 3 lives, but fucking like 10 plus lives.
He's like 10 lives.
Literally. And he has Hashirama cells, which is a ridiculous fucking stamina and stat amp as well. So like the problem, like that's the problem. Like Naruto is superior than him. Okay, but he would just outlast him and beat him due to the hacks of Izanagi, or especially if we're granting him Kodo, what does Naruto do against that? Like that doesn't even require eye contact. Yeah. What does he do?
Oh, fuck, yeah, that's another problem.
He's dead.
Fucking Kodo.
Yeah. Unless he has Ma and Pa on his shoulders, like if it's the prep Seijima Naruto, then they could counter that technically. But
yeah, if they knew about Danzo, if they knew about like his Izanagi and shit.
But if not, that's an automatic win con as well. So like, as crazy as it sounds, Naruto would lose, and then Sasuke, because of just being outscaled, who just gets slammed.
Yeah, so, he'd get fucked up. Like, he'd eventually.
If he thought Raikage was bad, bro, and
you have like a fucking bloodlust pain. Fuck no. Yeah, no, he's not fucking with that shit.
Like, so they have like 15 minutes, right? Like total with Sage Mode, Naruto's activation time, and these guys are pretty fucking fast. So like 15 minutes is a lot of time to battle. Yeah. You know what I mean? But what's crazy is like. We saw with Obito, like, his Izanagi could, like, last 5 minutes of, like, explosions, essentially, with Konan. Yep. I'm not saying Danzo's is as proficient, per se, but it will have maybe a 2 to 3 minute, like, window of time you could utilize. So that just eats up a lot of the Sage Mode activation time to begin with. And there's a question, like, with Sage Mode, it gives you, like, an inherent, like, durability amp. And obviously, when you are off guard, like, you lose durability to some degree, but... I don't know how you guys feel about it. Maybe Sage Mode, like, durability is still active, regardless of one being attentive or not, per se. But if that is the case, like, Danzo would have to use, like, a really big wind scythe jutsu or something powerful enough to bypass that.
It's tricky, because, like, Jiraiya, I would bring up Jiraiya, but then at the same time, he's not really a fair... comparison because he had an incomplete Sage Mode while Naruto has a perfect, so it's not really it's a false equivalence basically. But like with Jiraiya, it's very clear that with an imperfect Sage mode, if your guard is dropped, then your durability is cooked, right? Because when he was fighting, some of the passive pains, like they weren't just ripping his arms off, like whatever, blah blah yada yada. It was until his guard was dropped, then it gets ripped off like paper. Now, to be fair, you could just say, which we all know this, Pain was obviously holding back the whole time too, and he just got serious for a moment. But you get what I'm saying. Like when we've seen throughout Naruto, when you do drop your guard, you're basically as fragile as a human. We see with Minato, he becomes Splinter level when he's fucking not focused and shit, and and trying to protect infant Naruto and whatnot. So
either way, what would most likely happen is he'd kill Danzo. He'd kill him, and he's like, all right, it's over. He turns it off, and then Danzo uses Izanagi and kills him.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened.
3 minutes later or something.
Yeah, 3 minutes later, he's like, oh, shit. Yeah, and then he kills him. That's probably what would happen, to be honest. Danzo would be like, all right, well, it might be tough now, but I'll be back. Like, literally.
That's the funny part, too, is like, he does the Izanagi. Naruto would deadass think he's dead because the Izanagi literally simulates death. Like, it would deadass make you believe that shit. Because people are able to detect when someone does substitution or a shadow clone, and they have like that, that experience perception, right? With Izanagi, it's not like that. So Danzo will get behind whatever, but just like Shinobi said, it is possible that basically what we saw with Sasuke, where he goes to stab him and the kunai breaks, that's possible that could happen with Sage and Naruto as well. Like, it just hits his back. Yeah. And then Danzo's like, oh, fuck, and then Naruto just beats his fucking ass right there.
Around.
Yeah, it's basically this. If he fails to kill him the first time, let's say he doesn't turn it off, or he tries to attack Sage Mode Naruto and his shit breaks, then Naruto's gonna be like, all right, I'm not turning this shit off until I know you're dead. Like, it's basically what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Totally.
Danzo would have to he'd have to like calculate, like, all right, does this shit last forever, or will this shit run out? Like, if it runs out, I can run out the clock and like, fuck it, I'll hide until he fucking runs out and I'll kill him.
This is another thing too. Like, do you think Danzo would have knowledge on Sage Mode as well? Because if he has knowledge on it, then he would know that Sage Mode would run out. But if he doesn't have knowledge, because like Sasuke, he didn't know shit about Sage Mode, and he's very fucking smart. When he saw Kabuto, he was like, wait, what is that? Like, what, Itachi's over here like, oh my god, like. So, like, Itachi knew about it, but, So.
Yeah, Danzo's fucking old. He grew up with Hears, right?
And he might know about
it. Toby Rama, Hashirama.
He might. Yeah, he was around those guys.
So I think he would. I think he would know about it. You know what I mean? So if he saw,
I think so.
Yeah, if he saw Naruto in Sage Mode, I think he would have the knowledge. He was like, okay, he's clearly on another class. Like, I can't really fuck with him, but as long as I just, outlast him how long he can use it, whatever. Yeah. Or if I at least push him enough like he did against Sasuke, right? And if I push him far enough, he'll run out. Kind of like what we saw with Pain. You know what I mean? So, like,
exactly.
So that's all really Danzo has to do. And if he has that knowledge, then that's easy strategy. Any fucking knucklehead can, whatever, blah, blah, you name it. So, like, so that's kind of the problem. But overall, like, even if none of that was even the case, let's say we just take all that away, what does Naruto do against Kodo? He has no answer for that.
Yeah, oh, fuck. Yeah,
it requires no eyesight. It's an MS Genjutsu. Yeah. He's cooked. He's absolutely cooked.
He's cooked. So $2 from Kendrick. What's going on, brother? Just turned 23 July 2nd. Happy late birthday, brother. Any advice from my age? So at 23, I mean, we're not much different ages than you are. I'd say at that age, perhaps it'd be optimal to know what you want to do, like for a living, like what you want to be as a man, what your vision is. At that age, around that age range, I should say, rather, that's where you should start to contemplate, like, what vision do I have for myself and, like, for those that I care about. I would start, if you haven't already, I'd start developing a skill, whatever it is, whether it's something that requires education or something that requires technicals, like a trade school, something that doesn't require either one. I'd start to kind of sort that out. That's kind of like the preparation age I see, like, for most people in society. They start to formulate what they want their life to be like in the long run. That's essentially what I would say. And I'd say be patient with yourself. Because a lot of people, especially the more ambitious types around that age, want to conquer right away. The majority of people, that's a slow burn type of process. Unless you're fucking a lottery type of person, when you have lottery kind of luck, or you're a trust fund baby, it's not going to happen overnight. So be patient, stay consistent with the process, and kind of formulate what you want your life to be. That's basically what I'd say around that age.
No facts. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what you.
Basically, like, I think in my opinion, you're definitely like what I would call like the prime of your life, where like you are mature enough to have a sense of self-identity, what you like in life in terms of like trades or crafts or professions you may want to take upon. I mean, it's obviously very like common to change up majors in college and stuff, but at least you have some sense of direction by that age. And biologically, you're still developing till 25, brain-wise at least. So
brain-wise,
you're still in a very malleable place in life to absorb a lot of information. So I would take advantage of that for sure. And yeah, man, just capitalize on that. You know what I mean? For sure.
Capitalize, yeah. Build momentum, especially when you're young on that age. Build momentum, man. Because by the time you're 30, if you're constantly riding that ride, by the time you're 30, you knows what you can accomplish. So I'd say that too. Build momentum, young. What if Talk No Jutsu never worked on people like Zabuza, Gaara, Nagato, and Obito? So if Talk No Jutsu never worked, the story would have ended definitively by the war arc. It would have been done. Yep. Obito would have killed everybody. As Jubito, they would have lost. Madara would have won.
Imagine the pain arc, dude.
Oh god, Kakashi would have been dead.
Nagato would have died though still because he's not beating Sage Mode QB Fusion Amp. I don't give a fuck. He was so fatigued and literally on his like life support machine. Like for one, what the fuck is Konan gonna do against Naruto? And then two, what's it called? Like there's just no way he'd be able to defend himself. Like Naruto literally pulled out a big ass like fucking like medieval rocket sized fucking rod out of his body like it was nothing and said, "Nah, bitch, you ain't controlling me. I'm more stronger than you." Like drastically at this point. So he would still die though if it got to that point. But yeah.
Oh, facts. Yeah, the narrative itself probably would have ended by the war arc.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have been dead after the pain arc because Nagato would have never revived everybody.
Yep.
Gaara, he still would have beaten Gaara. He just talked Najutsu when he got his ass whooped. But,
honestly, Jay, the Naruto ends in the beginning of the war. To be honest, because there's no Kakashi to save Naruto.
No Kakashi.
What's it called? No Kamui. No, whatever. So like basically the way it would go, everything would go. Basically the way I would see it is Naruto would go. He would still like go to master KCM, whatever, blah blah. You name it. He eventually he comes to the war, but by the time Obito pulls up on Killer Bee and Naruto, they get captured right there and then because they were literally going to get captured, but then Kakashi and Guy saved them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's like I don't think Guy because Guy is not a smart one, right? I don't think Guy would have been able to get to where Naruto and Killer Bee was without Kakashi either. You know what I mean?
Without Kakashi.
So so he probably doesn't even come. But let's say even if he did, the fuck Guy gonna do, bro? Like you know what I mean? Okay, like he could go eighth. He'll have to go 8th gate in order to protect them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go 8th gate, and then Obito would just Kamui. He'd just stay in Kamui the whole time, and then Guy just dies. Okay, so
he probably leave before he reaches 8th gate. He's like,
he would just phase under the ground. He'd be like, 8th gate, all right, bye, and then get
later.
So like, and Guy would
that'd be
that'd
be the end of Naruto. That'd be the end.
Yeah, like Guy dies, and then Obito comes back. He gets Naruto. Like, unless Naruto gets the KCM2 amp earlier because things are getting so dire, then he can prolong the inevitable a little bit longer. But guess what? Naruto has a time limit. Madara eventually fucking pulls up as well. Again, there's no Kakashi with Kamui to save the day against Obito. There's no nothing. They're fucked.
The narrative would have ended early, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was huge, dude. Huge. I know Jay likes Drake, so I'm gonna ignore that abomination of a prompt in the top left. Hey man, I got one statement to say. Drake's the most streamed this year, regardless of what happened. That's all I say.
Yep.
But Homelander isn't a better villain than Walter White. I'm not gonna. I mean, I know on the screen it says Homelander is the best villain ever. But yeah, there is guys in the running for that. Walter White, Heath Ledger's Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. What's his fucking name again? Phoenix, his last name. Joker.
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Edie EDP, of course. You know?
EDP. Oh, speaking of EDP, I was watching Gideon, and apparently like EDP threatened him and shit.
No.
Like, I should have shot your bitch ass. He's like, hey, when I came in that cupcake costume, you didn't do shit. I was like, yeah, that's facts, bro. Your fat ass ain't doing shit, pal.
Yep.
Gidion's a troll,
yeah, I was
dude.
watching that shit.
So
EDP's a fucking loser, dude. I'm sorry. Could current Himawari take on Four-Tails Naruto? I'll just say this, dude. Himawari would one-shot Naruto. In fact,
Any forms. The
everyone
whole verse. Everybody.
The whole verse would get one-shotted.
And that's she's not even in V1 or V2. She's in just a QBI state.
Bro, she's fucking cracked. She's stronger than Kawaki already. Let's just say that. She's stronger.
I heard in theory, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that she also did a tail beast bomb as well.
She did. Her and
That's
Juro
crazy.
both tail beast bomb.
What
and
the
even Juro
fuck?
was like, what the Yeah, fucking Juro was like, what the fuck? Like,
so she did a tail beast bomb without a V1 cloak? What?
Even without V1. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Dude. She's fucking cracked, dude. Like, she's definitely...
The upgrade Naruto.
Literally, dude. She's doing shit at her age. God damn, dude. She's cracked as shit. Like, that's insane.
She makes part 1 fucking Genin Naruto, QB Naruto shit in comparison.
Oh, she makes him look like shit. She's an above Jigen level at that age. That's how strong she is.
Oh my god. I can't wait to do that video, because I'm going to be doing that video pretty soon of fucking...
She's so cracked, dude. Yeah, there's so much to say about it. She's so cracked. Roles reversed. Kakashi versus Hidan. Asuma versus Kakuzu. Asuma would die. Kakashi versus Hidan. Yeah, he'd lost to Hidan, so Kakuzu's stronger. Yeah. Kakashi would beat him, and it'd be the same shit. He'd have to deal with Kakuzu again. It'd be the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Series 1 Kakashi versus Deadly Batman. Who wins and why? Kakashi versus Batman. Batman would. Prep time would beat him. Prep time would win.
Yeah. And it obviously depends on the Batman. If you're talking about, because again, they're composite characters. So if you're talking about Batman, like when he first starts off, Kakashi is killing him in an instant. Speed Blitz dead. You know, if it's Batman where he's on crack and he's somehow like a super human, fucking then that one, the prime one, he would slam Kakashi. You know what I mean? If we take them both at their max primes. Batman would still take it, basically.
Slam,
like the 6-pass Susano Kamui amp would prolong the inevitable because Batman wouldn't be able to hit him. Now I'm gonna be real with you, Batman is so fucking intelligent, he has so many broken ass fucking gadgets, it wouldn't even surprise me he has a gadget to actually negate to be unintangible.
He probably would.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, he actually probably could counter Kamui, but either way, what's it called? Because Martian Manhunter, he has Kamui as well, blah blah, you name it, yada yada yada. So bottom line is, Batman would beat Prime to Prime. If it's the weakest Batman, he gets slaughtered. If it's like a fair game type Batman and Kakashi, where the scaling's like pretty similar, that's actually like very very interesting. It depends, because like if Batman has like a bunch of gadgets, which he would, right? Like that's gonna be really problematic. Basically, it's just gonna boil down to who's smarter, really. It's
Yeah, so. And I mean, Batman's he outsmarted a 12th level intellect. Kakashi's smart. I don't know if he's that smart.
So, it comes down to a chess match. And I will say this, too. I do think Batman is a better martial artist in comparison to Kakashi. Kakashi, he's peak with it, but he's not on the same level. So, for one, Kakashi, he's outmatched by fighting skill. He's when it comes to strategy and analyzing and countering, Batman has that over him as well. So then he would still lose because he's losing in the 2 categories that mean everything in that fight, So
yeah, Batman knows he literally knows like over 120 martial arts disciplines. So yeah, he's fucking
and more.
Better.
Like he learns even more and alien shit, and then creates his own martial arts by combining them.
Yeah, he's a dog. Yeah. Batman's saying a bunch of bullshit. She's not above Jigen, by the way. Okay, I'll say this: it's arguable whether she's above Jigen, but she's definitively above Kawaki. That's a fact. She's above.
Hang on a minute. That was Jay that said that, not me. Don't get mad at me, bro. I said that. I haven't even read that far, bro.
Yeah, there's an argument she's above Jigen. There's an argument, but she's definitely above Kawaki. That's a fact.
Honestly, Jira. Wait. Here's to solve the fucking question: is Jira like above Jigen or no? Do we not know?
I'd say yeah, because he one-shotted Kawaki, but Kawaki couldn't handle Code. Like Code was fatigued after Boruto like fucking sunned him, and he tried to kill Code, but Code fatigued escaped. So that kind of showed inferiority to Code, who's above Jigen with no limiters.
Did Kawaki go full power too? Like, did he go like Karma too? Like max?
I think he definitely at least went V1 Karma because he tried to fucking blitz Code and he left. So, and that was a weakened Code.
Because Karma 2 Kawaki was over Jigen. Like Karma 2 and Karma 2 Boruto, I believe, like they were above Jigen. Well, I could be wrong about that. I know the androids were over Jigen. I know that for a fact. Like Damon or whatever.
Damon, Damon for sure. Damon and the chick,
I know they are, but I don't know about. I don't remember enough for Code because if Code is above Jigen, then Kawaki and Boruto and Karma 2, they were above that Code. So
I think that Code. I think that was before he had the limiters removed. I think that was a limiter Code. Now he has no limiters.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was limiter Code. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So
no limiters. Amato states like, oh, he's above Jigen. Like he literally stated he's above Jigen's. So Kawaki is Jura is definitely above Kawaki. I'd certainly say that, and highly likely to be above Code, who's above Jigen. So I'd say more than likely Himawari is possibly above Jigen.
Because she's at least relative to Jira, and that's more than enough. Like if she's even remotely relative, that's crazy. So.
Exactly. She's fucking crack. Walking out one-shotted, like fucking on some fucking like, it was a horrible like slaughter.
Why would his dumbass not go full Karma 2 either? Like, is he retarded? Why would he go like that's like Sasuke going CM1 on fucking Pain? Like, no, you go CM2.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know what the fuck. Walker was tripping that day. Like, dude, like, did you expect Jura to be a walk in the park? Like, I don't understand that was fucking weird. Like. Maybe because he fucked up those weaker Tento clones, the ones that are not sentient, like the primal ones. He's like, oh, this guy will be the same shit, and he got one-shotted really badly. So it was sad. He's becoming Code as far as like being a walking elf.
He's the Code replacement on.
Literally, like what the hell is happening? Y'all have an explanation for the plot hole of how Data was able to be reanimated? His body was completely destroyed in a C0 state to vaporize the caster's soul.
Clay, no.
That's a good.
Clay chakra. That's why he still had the clay stuff. So like it's either clay that they were able to get, or when he exploded, the explosion was technically embodied with Datara's like DNA and everything and whatnot. So like when he explodes,
maybe they got like
his chakra. Like his chakra is his DNA. So when he explodes, if that is anywhere around there, his DNA, that's all you need. You can extract it. As long as you have DNA, whatever the fuck it is, it could be an eyelash, blood, saliva, whatever the fuck, then you're good. And that would be the only explanation for them to get it, or they at least had one of Datara's clay shit that he made with his chakra. And again, that would be DNA as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. Top 3 plot twists in fiction? That's a good question. Plot twist in fiction. I'm trying to think of like... Yeah, that's a good one. Itachi being what he really was.
Yeah.
Maybe Aizen? I mean, I don't know ever, but that was
hands down as Itachi, though. He's number 1. I don't give a fuck. That shit was...
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if it's top 3. I don't know if it's top 3. Yeah. That's a good one, but yeah, top 3. It's fucking crazy. What else? Would be another one that's fucking plot twist like.
Well, Alter blowing up the fucking like factory and shit, dude. Maybe.
Oh shit, that's a good one too. Yeah, that's a good one.
Turn into the ultimate like villain.
Is this for anything or just manga and anime?
It's fiction.
I think it's fiction.
Oh, if it's just fiction, obviously Infinity, the comic or the movie when Thanos snaps and kills everyone. Like there's that.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
Let's be real. Comics and movie, everybody thought the heroes would win because they normally do. You know what I mean? So.
Facts. Yeah, facts. That was definitely a plot twist at the time. I mean, this is my biased opinion, but maybe Batman finding out Red Hood is Jason Todd. That was a fucking crazy twist.
Yeah.
When you first find out, obviously now we all know who Red Hood is, but when you first found out, you're like, what the fuck? Like, what's Jason?
What is happening? Yeah.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? How's he here? Like, fucking Raja Ghul's ass came out and helped him out? The fuck? But yeah, that was crazy when you first find out. It's just crazy. That one's crazy. Ramen Guy versus Master Roshi. Ramen Guy's omnipotent. Ramen Guy would win. Why does Kimimara's entry in the second data book have multiple statements that claim he's the strongest attack and defense in the world and he's omnipotent? This is hyperbolic. I mean, it's the same thing with Kakashi. They say his ass fucking omnipotent.
Yeah,
if you can watch any Naruto arc for the first time, which one would you watch and why? The Pain arc. I'd probably say Pain arc, bro. This shit is still my favorite arc to this day.
Bro, I'm sorry, but bro, watching from Jiraiya and then to him invading Konoha was just insane. Insane.
God. I don't think I've ever had such an immersive experience besides maybe the Saiyan saga with Vegeta and Goku and Frieza. I've never had such a
that man wanted the smoke.
That's insane. I've never had such a experience with watching an arc like that before. With the Pain arc was insane.
The village was destroyed. Never ever happened. Destroyed. Everybody dying. Bro, the amount of people that literally cried and stopped watching Naruto because Kakashi was killed. 6, he was one of them. 6 literally stopped. He's like, no, I'm done. And then somebody had to persuade him, no, trust, whatever, blah, blah. Because they pulled a Gojo in Naruto, but Kishimoto knew better. If they did that with Kakashi, that was a wrap, So, what's it called? But overall, just everything. Hands, the philosophy, the morality of all of it, talk no jutsu failing as well for the first time. All that shit, bro. It was just crazy.
Dude. The only moment, and to me personally, subjectively, that compared anime-wise is when Goku went Super Saiyan 1. That's the only moment in anime that compared to that
or
for
Gohan,
me.
Too. That shit
or Gohan, against Cell.
Super Saiyan 2,
crazy, dude. I was a kid. I'm biased. Nostalgia, the fucking peak. Dude. Yeah, those are the only moments I compared to the Pain arc, in my opinion.
It is peak, though.
Speaking of Dragon Ball, though, Jay and Shinobi, I don't think I'm capping on this, but is it don't get me wrong? It was still goated, but Super Saiyan 3 didn't hit as hard as 1 and 2 though, in that type of atmosphere. It was badass, right? It was oh my god, oh shit, what, blah blah. But it didn't hit the same emotional spectrum or emphasis as 1 and 2. You know what I mean?
No, those were such a journey that took place prior to those transformations going off. When Super Saiyan 3 Goku came out, he was training in hell for some odd amount of years, and we skip 8 years later into the future, into the Buu arc, and all of a sudden now he has this cool. It was dope transformation. Don't get me wrong.
It
was dope.
We didn't see him go through those emotional peaks and valleys or physical peaks.
Exactly, it wasn't the same.
Goku in the Saiyan saga, dude, he went through so much hell, and then you get to the Namek saga with Frieza, he went through he went through hell to get to that level. I mean, and it paid off.
Krillin dying.
Krillin fucking dying before his eyes and shit. Dude, Vegeta dying. Dude, it was fucking peak, man. That you can't beat that. It's up there with the Pain arc as far as greatest moments ever, in anime. So, this doesn't fix the issue of how Kabuto put his soul into an Edo Tensei body when C0 stayed to destroy the user's soul. It could be hyperbolic.
Chakra. Chakra's just a combination.
Yeah, chakra.
Spiritual, mental energy.
Yeah.
So it's
you can say that. You can say it's
hyperbolic. But let's say you're right, and we stalemate that as well. Again, if Datara has any clay creatures around, the bird, whatever it is, it could be anything, okay, whatever, then, and his chakra is infused in that, they could also use that as well. So.
Yeah. That doesn't. Let's see. How did they get Datara's DNA but not Jiraiya's? Jiraiya's is because he was so deep down in the ocean that he couldn't reach it. He couldn't reach Jiraiya.
And then Kabuto does.
His arm,
Kabuto did say.
His arm.
Kabuto. Yeah, that's technically bullshit because the arm was around. But what's it called? Kabuto does say that he still could have brought Shisui and Jiraiya back because he did have Jiraiya's DNA on Pain's rod. He did have that.
Yeah.
And then he also had Shisui's DNA as well. And then Obito was like, "Hey, don't fucking do it. No, bitch. Enough." You know what I mean? So
Jiraiya, let's be honest, not to be mean, but how useful would he have been against
He would have just been a mental against Naruto. That's all it would have been. It would have been useful in that, but that's it.
Shisui, I see why Obito didn't want that. He's fuck no, I don't want Kodo out here.
That's fucking broken, dude.
Let's be real. Actually, you know what Kabuto would have done though if he didn't obey Obito like a bitch, because everybody thinks Kabuto's over that Obito, which they're wrong, by the way. But anyways, what's it called? But if Kabuto did that and said fuck you, I'm sorry, but Jiraiya, Itachi, and Nagato, nah, Naruto's cooked. He's cooked.
Nah.
Not only is he mentally unprepared, whatever, blah, blah, you name it, but then dealing, like, come on, no, that's not happening.
No, that's too much even for KCM. Like, he could have been fucking handled Itachi.
Like the fact, and then the fact that Nagato's there, there's no way Jiraiya's getting speed blitzed either. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. $5 from Kedder. Appreciate that, brother. I'm confused. How nerfed was Itachi when he fought Sasuke? Was he nerfed and holding back? He was sick and he was holding back.
Yeah.
He was sick because he was literally
that's how ass Sasuke is.
Yeah, he had AIDS basically, and he was holding back. Like he wasn't trying. He was getting hit with things. Even fucking Zetsu was saying like, what the fuck? Like he usually doesn't get hit by shit like that.
He was calling Cap. Yeah, he called Cap. He's like, that's unlike Itachi. He could always dodge things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So he had AIDS and he was holding back basically.
Now unless you're Loco, you know, or any other heavy Sasuke fan that thinks Sasuke does scale to Itachi, but yeah.
Oh my god, come on. Like fucking that's crazy. Like let's do that, man. Just me, or did the Bleach Blood War first invasion kind of remind you of the Pain invasion? In a way, like the way like it
didn't hit the same though. It didn't
hit the same. No, it didn't hit the same. It was pretty fucking good, but yeah, it wasn't as good as the Pain arc. But I do see what you're saying.
Yeah,
like, this sort of impact it had on the social society. Yeah, it definitely.
Like the Quincy's, there's barely any lore on them, dude. Like barely.
As
opposed to the Akatsuki and Pain and Nagato, like dude.
Not the same level.
Hundreds of episodes. Yeah, it's not the same level of depth.
Yeah, they're not as polarizing
aesthetically.
Yeah, it was definitely like. At the moment, it was great, but yeah, it doesn't compare to like the lore of the Akatsuki or Pain. So, best plot twist in fiction was Eren saying they're trying to kill his mom, and that was a good plot twist. I forgot about that one. The end, when you find out the truth at the end, yeah, that was a great plot twist. How strong is EMS? It's pretty vast. So, the best example is obviously Sasuke, right? He's at a level where he's able to compete with V1 Raikage. Then he gets EMS, and he's arbitrarily relative to like Prime Itachi. It's quite the jump. Itachi in his prime is probably above V2 Raikage. I mean, based off his performance against Naruto, Nagato, Zenitsu, etc. So that's a pretty big jump to go from V1 to over V2. It's quite the jump. It's quite the jump. Yeah. Tablets or laptops. I mean, laptops just have more functionality.
Yeah, better functionality. Yeah, absolutely.
Better functionality. Pizza or burgers? That's a good one. I usually eat pizza more often.
Burgers.
Yeah, that's a tough one though. I really like burgers too though. That's tough, man. That's tough. It depends on the day, I'd say. Some days I want pizza more. Some days I want burgers more. It really
Pizza's though, like you can do like what can't you make with pizzas? You know what I mean? Burgers are very like rudimentary in comparison.
Yeah, very rudimentary.
I'll say this, Jay, as well. I forgot to mention this when you were saying all this stuff with Sasuke. EMS is actually a pretty big jump because when we see 5K summon Sasuke with his MS and what he's able to do, whatever, blah, blah, his body speed is what I'm talking about, was nowhere near V2 Raikage or KCM level, whatever. It was only his MS jutsu activation that was on the same level, or actually technically faster.
Perception.
What's it called? So he went from that, and then he goes from getting EMS. Mind you, he didn't train. And we know he didn't train because he had to get his eyes transplanted, and he was just like resting the whole time, whatever. And then he was also confided and being watched by Zetsu the whole time until he was allowed to leave by Obito. And then eventually we know what happens. His eyes are ready, which is they're not ready until the war arc. Okay, and then he gets out, he kills Zetsu, whatever. He goes through the war, has his little thing with Itachi, but let's be real, Itachi was backpacking the whole time. But we couldn't really gauge where Sasuke was at that point because it was mainly just Itachi. So, but then when we get further on, he has not fought in it. Nobody technically still like an actual like legit battle. Because I'm sorry, he got backpacked in the other one. So he moves forward in the war. He basically is only traveling. He gets to the battlefield, and now he's over here to be able to move at similar speeds with KCM Naruto. That's a pretty drastic difference from going to not being KCM tiered to KCM tiered. That's pretty crazy.
That's huge. That's huge. Yeah. That's definitely a huge jump.
So
Toby's Spider-Man versus Heath's Joker. Like, what's better? I love Toby's Spider-Man, but I don't think I've ever seen Heath's performance. Dude.
No, Toby's not like Heath. No, that's not even. No,
yeah,
I don't know.
Like that. that might be the best live action like comic.
Nobody has topped it. Nobody, not even Wolverine,
no
Hugh Jackman. Nobody, nobody.
Nah, no one. Homelander, yeah, none of
Not
them.
even Tony, not even Robert Downey Jr. And he's very close.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like
he's right there. Yeah, he's right there. Another crazy plot twist was Light planning to remember everything before forgetting with. Oh yeah, the plan he had after he like voluntarily like wanted to lose his memory. That was a great plan by Light. Yeah. Where'd Batman get that info that Six nearly quit reading Naruto manga when Kakashi died? Didn't Six tell us that?
He said it on the stream. Yeah, he said it on the stream.
Yeah, it was one of our streams. He came on and he told us that like I almost dropped it. Yeah, and I don't blame him because that shit sucked when that happened.
I'm not gonna hold you though, guys. Like when I first saw that dude, I'll never forget, dude. I was like, you know, this motherfucker coming back, bro. Ain't no way they're gonna hold his ass this much.
Yeah.
Right,
when I saw that,
important.
Yeah, I was a kid. I remember. I was like, "There's no way he's going."
I don't know. Maybe if you had JJK's writer, you know, if he said, you know,
JJK's writer, he would have been dead. That's a fact.
Yeah. Just watching Dragon Ball Z and those motherfuckers always come back all the time. I'm like, and
Kishimoto's inspiration was from Toriyama. He flat out said that. He flat out said he was the GOAT. He inspired me. Yada yada yada. So so that basically what I'm getting at is he would obviously do similar elements that was done already in Dragon Ball Z as well. You know. So
yeah, we were already used to that sort of sort of dynamic. That's why with JJK, a lot of us were like praying like, oh, Gojo's coming back. Like he came back in the form of fucking Yuta being in his body. You
want to know what's hilarious, Jay? Because JJK though, it's the opposite. He's inspired by Kishimoto. Yeah, the amount of things he's taken from Naruto, and he's flat out admitted it and said it, whatever, blah blah, you name it. There's so many similarities.
Gojo.
Like the domain expansion was actually from Naruto. People, what's it called? There was a guy that actually did it. He did it first, whatever. You have Kakashi. Then you have there was like a couple other elements from the tuning exams, or whatever. There's a lot of stuff he actually took and inspired from Kishimoto and did as well. And then one of the bigger ones too. Now we're seeing Sasori all over again. Yuta is Sasori. He fucking took the Gojo.
Literally.
You know, like
literally. It's literally what he is. It's like
or Edo Tensei, but I would say more of Sasori though, in my opinion, what he did for Gojo. But
I thought Gojo would come back, but not this way. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's definitely surprising. Over ear headphones or wireless earbuds. I think wireless earbuds are more comfortable.
Wireless all day.
Yeah, wireless all day, bro.
Because I used to use over-ear headphones a lot, but they fucking like eventually start to bother your fucking head. And
shit. It gets uncomfortable. Like, and there's just so many cons with it. Like, the only time you actually want to use wired headphones is if you're like streaming or gaming, and and if they're comfortable ones, like some Astros, you know, or something that's very comfortable and actually great, or whatever. But for the most part, if it's just like you know, like Beats or whatever, or AirPods or whatever, all day everybody does wireless. There's not a there's not a single fucking person that does fucking wired. Like, for one, you can't work out with that. Two, if it's raining, you're cooked. Like, bro, like there's just so much. So
it's like obsolete now. Yeah, literally. Apple or Samsung? Apple is the better phone for like the average consumer. If you're like a programmer, Samsung actually gives more like freedom as far as that's concerned, like from a developer standpoint. But Apple's the better phone overall.
Yeah.
You guys got any Bluetooth speakers? I have a couple. I have like a big ass one that I only use it for like getting lit, and I have like a little one.
Yeah, I have a little one. The little one does just enough. Like, where I'm living is what's it called? It's like near some others, so I don't like have like crazy ones where like, you know, I'm not trying to piss people off, you know.
Literally.
No, but if I was like in like a, you know, like a house that's like some distance, whatever, blah blah, then I would get some big ass ones and be like, fuck it. But
yeah, if you're getting like lit or some shit, then you got a big one.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if it's a holiday, you know, or something like that, or whatever, then the sky's the limit. Yeah,
that's pretty right.
That's a good blasting shit.
Party time.
Mac or PC. Same thing with kind of like Apple or something. In general, Apple is the better option for like the average consumer that needs security and like consistency.
A Mac?
If you're a developer, if you're a developer or like a coder, PC gives you more functionality, more freedom as far as like Microsoft in general gives you more freedom, and there's more open source content as far as like from a coding standpoint. For you guys that know what that is. But overall, if you're like an average consumer, you're not like a fucking developer or some shit, I'd go with Mac. They're more pricey.
Yeah, see,
though,
I just typed it. I typed the best PC for editing, and it says a Mac Studio.
Yeah, exactly. So overall, it is better if you're, Mac. They're more expensive, but they're better as far as performance.
Yeah,
so. Reliable.
Yeah, for like performance and editing, things like that, it's Mac all day, every day.
Security.
Now if it's gaming, I think that's where it changes. But let me.
Yeah, because you have like even modders, developers, they have more freedom on PC to do shit.
Yeah.
Like that's why games are usually made for PC, like Microsoft and shit. So. Yeah. You have a better chance of like accessing like source code and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, for PC, it's not Apple or anything. Like it's like it's all kinds of ones, but basically these are all around like Android and Apple. It's basically a mix. So.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on your like what your preferences are too.
But the only reason why that's the case for gaming is because with a gaming PC, there's so many parts you're putting into the PC though. So it's not really the console itself; it's the parts that you're putting into the console. That's why it doesn't
even
matter.
From a hardware standpoint. Like from a hardware standpoint, Mac is more like strict on what parts can function with their like CPUs, GPUs, their motherboards. Like they're more strict on that. They want like overall ownership of their machines. While PCs are like, all right, you can remove my motherboard and put it in. You can build
whatever you want. You can use Android or Apple parts, whatever. Yeah. So
exactly. So like because like Mac even has their own like proprietary fucking like CPUs. I think they're called like ARMS type motherboards that are like specific to fucking Macs. Yeah. So if you want more freedom, the PC. If you want overall performance, Mac. So
like another example, guy. Like, bro, back then, bro, when I was in my teen years, man, and I was over here doing like Pokemon Go and shit. Like, bro, I had an Android, and I was like, oh, whatever, all right, cool. Next thing you know, I get an iPhone, and bro, that shit was lit on. I was able to do so much more, and then I could even download cheats if I wanted to. Like bro, the sky was the limit. Like I don't know what it is, but Apple or just Apple products that just for whatever reason just have way more convenient features than Android. Like they're always
Apple
ahead.
Just knows.
They're always ahead.
Yeah, they're more consumer friendly. I'd say the Mac products. I used to think Tank beats Shakur. I've been watching a lot of Shakur, and I think he's a good stylistic matchup for Tank. He probably wins. Tank's power would be the biggest problem for Shakur. Defensively, I do think he's more sound than Tank. That'll be an interesting matchup. We have to see that hopefully in the next 5 years. Hopefully. Let's see.
Is his first name
I still remember that.
Or is that his last name?
Yeah, that's his first name. Shakur Stevenson.
Okay.
He's pretty gifted. He reminds me a lot of Floyd a little bit. Doesn't have the power Floyd had early on, but defensively he's very gifted. So I still remember that shit too. I was watching this shit on the desktop. I'll never forget watching the Pain Invasion and Pain. Dude, I remember first watching the Pain arc, bro. Yeah, I was a kid. That shit was fucking crazy, dude.
The Jiraiya fight was so good, dude, and so.
It was so good, dude.
Yeah.
I think I fucking cried. I mean, I was a little kid, but I cried when he fucking died.
It was very emotional.
Oh, we all cried, bro. But Like bro, he had a depressing ass death too. Like,
yeah, dude, I was hyped when Naruto came out. I was like fucking yelling and shit. I was like, fucking fuck him up.
Oh, literally, I was about to bring that up. I was like, I was like the hyped up vengeance motivation we all had. Like, we're like, pissed, fuck him up, fuck him up.
When he started like fucking
it, like beat them.
And then
when he got the osteopath, when he like one shot of the
osteopath, I was like yelling. My dad was like, "Shut the fuck up!" I was like, yelling in the bathroom. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" When he destroyed the osteopath, I was hyped, dude. My dad's like, "What the fuck is going on in there?" I was like, "Hey, Naruto's fucking up Pain, dude. This shit is fire." It was like the same like effect I had on me when fucking Goku went Super Saiyan 1. I was like, oh shit.
But let's be real, Jay. It was kind of annoying at a certain point because like he does all that and then it's like the fights go and then out of nowhere then Pain is like, nah, I'm gonna fuck you up now, and then he fucks him up and then we're like, oh shit.
I was pissed.
Yeah, and they were like, no, he lost. Like no, and then when he loses though, it's like you're like mad, and then next thing you know, like Naruto like starts freaking out. He's like, why are you doing all this? Whatever, blah blah, yada yada. And then Pain says, and then Pain starts giving like some bullshit beating around the bushes answers, and then Naruto gets serious. Like we never see him get that serious either, but he gets so serious. He's like, don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. He said my master, my village. Like he says all that shit, and it shows like each fucking thing, like the sound and emphasis. And he's like, right? And he's like, how dare you, whatever. But like, you know what scene I'm talking about. And then Pain's like, okay. He's like, I see what you're saying, but he's like, what about my family, my friends? And then he gives the whole fucking, that whole cycle of hatred speech. And when all that happened, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh shit! What's happening? I was like, this man's spitting. He's making me like him now. What the fuck?
I was like, I was going through it when he got pinned for the first time by Pain. I was pissed. It was like, I was literally yelling.
But when they have that dialogue though, it just immediately like switches. It's like,
I think I was like, fuck? I think we all had, ironically, we all had the same sort of reaction that Naruto did when he gave his speech. We're all like quiet and shit. I was like, what the?
Literally, we were like, oh damn. He's over here like spitting and right.
I was silent. Like I went from screaming at the fucking television, and I was like, oh shit.
Like, it got even more crazier than that because like after for the first time Naruto couldn't say shit. He was actually defeated in Talk no Jutsu territory.
That never happened.
Never happened. Before. Like Pain said, shut your bitch ass up. You know what I mean? Like and then once that happened, like then Hinata's dumbass comes. She gets like potentially killed, right? That's what it kind of like emphasized the implication. And then once that happened, then we see Naruto's rampage, and he's going 6 tails. And then guess what? We're all back to fuck him up.
I was yelling again. I was like, I think I was with my friends after school. We were watching it, and fucking, we had the same reaction we do if we see a knockout in UFC. We're like, oh fuck! He's like fucking went wild and started fucking him up. I was so fucking hyped, bro.
Bro, I was like, yes. I was like, get his ass. Like, how dare he kill Like fucking I'm over here saying like he should have killed Sakura instead, but fuck, and then like and so like once that happens, but then you see Pain get serious and he's like all right, bring it on, come on, and he starts running across the water and shit, and then you hear the music, and it's like hype, and I'm like, oh shit.
I literally was like, I felt like I was at a fucking UFC fight. I was like yelling and shit. That's literally how it was, like the whole fucking arc, the whole fucking Naruto
fight. I'll say this: the manga was good, but no, the anime was just fucking a masterpiece, a fucking masterpiece.
You cannot. Yeah, it really brought that fucking arc to fucking life.
Oh yeah,
fucking anime. I was like, dude, holy.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine Gojo and Sukuna, how that's gonna be, bro.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to watch that.
We see that in the anime, bro.
We need to.
Yeah, see that shit. When it comes out in like 2026 at this rate, 2027, we're gonna have to fuck it.
You know what we could do, bro? We could probably do like on Discord because YouTube will copyright it. But
like Twitch,
we could do it on Discord and stream it. Our first reactions, all of us together, and anybody can join, whatever. And then just it'll be crazy watching Gojo and Sukuna fight.
Like, oh shit! Yeah, it's gonna be fucking crazy, dude. That's like, yeah, dude, that's gonna be peak. That'll be the best moments since the Pain arc, probably. Anime for anime, to be honest. Episodes 474 to 479 Naruto Shippuden is the peak of the series. It's not close. Facts, bro. Do you guys use social media apps on the regular or not really? I use it more for like our purposes with YouTube and stuff. Like,
I don't use it on the regular, if I'm being honest. I used to back then before, but I just for one, I just kind of got bored, and then two, like there's just there's so much bullshit as well. It's like bro, like fuck it, you know what I mean? Like I don't care.
I either use it for like to spit or cook on Twitter for YouTube purposes, or to look at sports shit, like sports, or like all keep up with shit. That's the only reason.
The only time I use it, bro, is literally like if I have a window of time to like just kind of just kill some time or whatever for a moment and do some stuff like you said. But if it's not that, then it's also just to catch up with everybody, to see how everyone's doing, family, whatever, and that's it. You know, so
I like debating people on there. That's the only thing, and I don't waste time on that. But if I have a chance, I'll like debate someone on some dumb shit on there. But that's it. I don't really use it like that. Salmon or
especially when it comes to like free agencies and trading and stuff like that, like it's literally a lot to keep track of. So social media just makes
a lot
of
really shit
for me, honestly.
Social media like just puts it right there in your face. You don't have to like look it up and shit. So
it's like a whole other fucking career being on social media, but there's so much
facts.
Like bro, we don't got time for that. I'm sorry, I'd rather invest my time into things that are more productive, So
Yeah, salmon or chicken 100%. Breast. These days I eat a lot of fish. But
I love salmon.
Fish is so good, man.
Yeah. I eat a lot of salmon these days. I'd probably say today now. I like chicken a lot, but I might. I'd say
fish.
More
yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. Fish all day, every day, bro. I could eat eat a mean fucking tuna sandwich, bro, any day. Dude, salmon as well, egg, like bro. Some good cooked salmon at restaurants, all day, every day.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
With chicken breast, though, bro, like, you can fry that shit, make sandwiches, pasta, fucking rice dishes. Like, there's a lot of applications. Whereas salmon, it's more straightforward. Like, you could dry it, saute it. It's more of like a main centerpiece, but there's not much variety. Maybe pastas,
of course. The taste is just peak, though, bro.
The taste is fucking umami.
Yeah,
I know.
For me, I think, like, subjectively, it's like lighter on your stomach. Like, chicken's heavier.
Yeah.
It weighs you down more. Like, salmon is just light. It's like, it does fill you up, but it's light at the same time. You're not like fucking full of shit.
But like I'll say this: if we're comparing like the variety of chicken stuff to like fish sticks and shit, then yeah, chicken all day. But if it's all the other good fish stuff, then fish. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these days, like for me,
everything's chicken, bro. Everything, like chicken sandwiches, chicken nuggets. Isn't that like?
You can't be the versatility. Yeah, you can't be the versatility of chicken. You got chicken nuggets, fucking chicken patties,
everything,
fucking chicken breast. Yeah,
with fish, it's very simple. You know what I mean? It's like it's very straightforward and simple, but the taste is fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
It's peak, dude. Especially if you know how to make it the right way.
Because with chicken, you got to cook it the right way and add enough seasoning to make it taste great. While with fish, it's just built like that, bro.
It's less of a hassle to make fucking fish. Unless you want to make it a really specific way, like a fucking chef or some shit. It's more difficult, but for the most part,
just
like
put on the grill, man. Honestly,
marinate
that shit. Put it on the grill. So fucking happy. Yeah, seriously.
Tuna as well is so simple, so fucking good.
Oh,
yeah, tuna, dude. Tuna is super underrated, dude. There's so much shit you can do with tuna, dude.
No, dead ass, it is.
Bro, like the amount of people that disrespect fish or tuna fish, bro, I'm like, oh, go fuck you. Like you just soft. You're soft.
Facts. Like, dude, that shit.
They're probably used to it out of a can or something. It's like, homie, like experience the real world, player. Like, what we doing,
bro?
Like,
you gotta learn how to
I'm gonna put her on blast.
I'm
gonna put her on blast. My girlfriend, she hates seafood though. Like she don't like seafood.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like whatever. Blah, blah. And I'm sorry, but when she first told me, I looked at her, bro, and I'm like, you mother, like what the fuck is wrong?
Dude, like
that man's like, I'm making my own dinner tonight.
Right? I was like, oh hell no.
There's so many peak seafood. Like the peak of seafood is like shrimp, tuna, salmon. Like, dude, you can't beat that shit.
It's so good,
if you don't
dude.
Fuck with it. I don't understand that.
Bro, like go to Outback and order that. Or go to a steakhouse and order that. You know, like come on, man. You know what I mean? Like
that's not an easy question to answer though. It's very like I could think of multiple ways to say yes for one or the other. Like
yeah, in fact, that's they're both
like I'll say this. Like if it comes to like if it just comes to like a variety in that type of convenience and chicken. But if we're just saying like peak to peak, I don't know. I'd probably still say fish. I feel like that just comes out to me more.
These days, yeah, I'd probably say like for me too. I'd say fish these days.
Yeah.
I eat more fish than I do chicken.
That's what I'm saying.
It's definitely more of a luxury too. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, if I was younger, I'd say chicken.
Now I will say this. This might be a hot take, but I prefer chicken more over than steak. That's just me though. So,
dude, honestly, same, dude. Steak is too heavy.
Because I'm picky with steaks, man. You know what I mean? Like that shit got to be cooked right for me. You name it. You know. So.
Oh, facts.
I have to have my. How do you? Hey, important question for y'all. How do you like yours cooked, man? Because this says a lot about y'all right
now. Fuck, man.
Medium. What's it called? Medium. Or medium. Yeah. I think that's like the perfect in between.
You said well done. I'm like, homie, you alright? Like, you good?
Yeah.
No, not that. You know, just the medium. Like, there could be a little red in there, whatever, but not like crazy red, you know, or fucking, or like fuck.
I think people that
that's how I go,
fucking red. That's nasty. Or well done. I'm like, yo, you eating fucking rocks, bro?
Yeah. No, I think medium's good. Medium rare, that's fine as well. It's pushing medium rare. It's fine. Yeah. But those two, that's what it's kind of it for me. But like, if it's anything else, you're on crack. Yeah,
it's like like undercooked is fucking nasty. Yeah, and then overcooked is like you're eating fucking like rocks or some shit. Like, it's nasty, dude.
I'll say this: medium is perfectly balanced. perfect.
Facts. Like, it's cooked. That's all I need. I don't need it fucking burnt.
Guys,
I don't want to eat charcoal.
I know.
Like,
it might sound weird to y'all too, but like cooking albacore or salmon mid-rare as well is definitely a vibe too, man. Like
facts.
It's actually fucking really fucking good.
But either way, my stance still stays like chicken over steak all day every day. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like meat in general is just heavy. Like I think my stomach these days is like, nah, fam. Like not too much. You know?
Yeah.
Stick to the chicken.
It takes a lot of energy to burn that shit. So like if you are trying to like work out and stuff, it's actually like a good way to burn calories, but you have to ingest a lot of it to keep a certain like weight.
Yeah, exactly.
But on the opposite spectrum, like if you do consume a lot of more lean proteins, it's definitely more for toning and stuff. So it can work either way. It's just about moderation, you know.
Yeah, moderation is key, especially with fucking meat. Yeah, that's a fact.
Facts.
Yeah. Dog, I was a little kid eating dinner when I watched the episode Jiraiya died, and I lost my appetite when he died. That's facts, bro. That shit was tough. Yeah. Now when Naruto got fucked up, and when Hana got fucked up, and Naruto turned the Naitos, I was hyped as shit. Dude, facts. That's facts, bro. Madara was kind of a bitch for realizing that conflict was inherent in humanity and making everyone go to sleep forever, running away from the issue instead of confronting it. That's a good point. I mean, that would be like what Naruto would say. That's basically what Naruto was saying.
But Jay, remember that other moment too, like where we're like, oh my god, this is great, badass, because like it goes like, oh fuck him up, and then it's like, oh Pain's that guy still, whatever you name it. It's like, oh shit, this is crazy. But then as it further goes, we're like, that we see Pain running away, and we're like, yeah, you're like, yeah, bitch, yeah, run. But next thing you know, he does a Chupaku Tensei, and then we're all like, what the fuck? He had that all along?
Literally.
Like,
I'm like, bro, what the? You had that shit in the chamber this whole time? Yeah, like,
literally.
What the fuck? I was like, what the
like
fuck?
The fact he beat V2 Six Tails like that, like, and then like the full fucking transformation. I think it was like, what, an 8 tails? But it was like fully transformed.
Yeah, he went like fucking 8.
Oh, no, yeah, he got 9. Yeah, no, he hit 9 as well, because Yamato's hand was burning, and he's like, 9? Like, there's no way this can't be. So, yeah, he got to 9 tails, and he was like the full transformation, but the fur wasn't there yet, though. It was like a dried fucking...
Yeah, bro.
So...
Facts. I was like, holy fuck. It's funny how rat arguments... actually, the Fourth Ninja War wouldn't have happened if the Alliance had me for real. What the fuck? It's funny how many rat arguments the data books allow, such as part one Kakashi being here and due to his statement that he's the strongest Konoha Shinobi. I think it's just...
That's why data books are ass, man.
Yeah, like there's multiple purposes for them. There's obviously the informative purpose, but also the hype purpose at the time. Like, for example, if we don't know of certain things, obviously we know the whole narrative now. But, you know, back then, outside looking in, we didn't know what the narrative was. So these, like, hyperbolic statements were used to, like, enhance a character's lore.
It's for sales. Really it was for sales, and for like, sales. And it makes sense around that time for that. Like it makes sense around that time, for hype and for that point in time. The reason why is because when we're first introduced to Kakashi, he's clearly demonstrated and shown as like the elite of the elite. You know, like the whole Zabuza thing, whatever. So it made sense at that time for him to be like, oh, the strongest, right? Or whatever, blah, you name it, yada, yada. But then guess what? Then we get further into the narrative. Then next thing you know, we see that guy was actually over that Kakashi the whole time in base. You know what I mean? Because that was Rusty Kakashi. Like, when we get more and more context and statements and feats, that's when the data books that were made way in the past become invalid because they're clearly contradicted. You know what I mean? So, like, people don't understand that the data books are made for those present and moment in times, not for overall the entire time span of the fucking show. You know?
That's just disingenuous. Like, perfect representation with the perfect scan to use is actually, speaking of heavy Sasuke agendas, I use this in my video. The heavy Sasuke literal data book statement was referencing the moment when he quote unquote killed Toby. That's literally hype. It's literally false. Toby's not who he is. He's Obito. That's fucking Kamui. The fucking statement is he has godlike power. Yeah, he has godlike power that surpasses the Akatsuki, yet the very moment it's referencing is contradicted by Obito not dying from his fucking attack.
And Data was beating him too. Life and death.
And Data almost killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect representation, like, to substantiate that it's hyperbolic. It's to hype up Sasuke. Like, he's cool, he's awesome, but he's not fucking soloing the Akatsuki. Like, he couldn't even kill Obito, who was toying with him. Like, what the fuck? So it's that.
And then you have the outrageous ones where it's like the Mangekyo Sharingan can see all things in the universe. Universal level of perception. Yeah, we see more and more, and they didn't even know about aliens and yada yada yada. It's like, come on.
Yeah, and then we with certain retards that we know use that and take it hyper literally. It's like, oh, the Sharingan's universal. Like, shut the fuck up.
And the reason why that Mangekyo data book was even out at that point in time, because again, it was to hype up Itachi's MS against Sasuke and yada yada. You know, like
yeah, it was like in the moment lore like enhancement. That's what it was. It was an enhancement of the lore of the hype. Like it's that simple. It's not that. It's not hyper literal.
And then no matter what, like another thing too, really quick, no matter what, regardless of what we're speaking about, just in a general sense, whenever you even have statements to begin with, you always have to put it into question. Always. You can't just take it at fucking, you know, like just literal and then, oh, therefore that's it, right? You know what I mean? No, like, you got to put into question and understand potentially that could technically be incorrect, whether it eventually might be contradicted or if there's, you know, this and that, or if it's that, like, when it comes to statements, a statement is already contentious itself. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be certain variables to where it can actually be deemed as, oh, okay, this has to absolutely be the case, you know? So...
Yeah, exactly. It essentially.
I find it really common. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard that like people disregard anime as canon because there are some, inconsistencies, maybe minor, maybe whatever it may be. But because of those said outliers or few exceptions, that negative mindset makes people think that overall it has no canosity, essentially towards the whole thing. And the same thing applies to the data books. Like, there are some things that are obviously hyperbolic, like Kimari, Kakashi, Kimimaru, etc. But there are things in the data book that do accentuate things that actually do happen in the series and can be used as supplementary evidence. And I think people need to just, like, take information like Batman's saying at face value, do your research, do your context, and then see if it applies or not. Yeah. If it doesn't, move on. You know,
yeah, like if there's not consistency, you know what I mean, or better yet, if it's just too contentious and there's like a lot of back and forth and you just don't know, you have to just be like, you know, you have to be transparent, like, because that's the problem. People want to apply their biases for characters or try to push certain agendas for shock value, yada yada, whatever, you know, and then that's it, you know, like they're just being dishonest. Like,
yeah, literally what it is. It's essentially knowing that the data books require empirical evidence to like classify them as literal, or conversely, if there is no supplementary empirical evidence, then they're hyper literal and they're void as far as like actual supplemental evidence for your claim. That's essentially and you got to be aware of that whenever you're attempting to reference a data book statement. For example, does the narrative empirically reinforce the statement, or conversely, does it not, or maybe even contradicts it? Like, for example, the Heavy Sasuke statement that's literally contradicted by the fucking moment it's referencing. So clearly, it's not literal. It's used to enhance and accentuate like the lore of Sasuke at that point in the narrative. It's not to literally claim that he takes out the entire Akatsuki. Like, maybe at the moment it was trying to deceive us into believing that because we all thought Toby was some fucking fodder ass loser. I mean, in reality, he's Obito. That's fine, but after the fact, that no longer applies because we know what the context really is at the moment. So you gotta essentially take it from case by case. You gotta analyze what you're looking at.
What's even really worse, Jay, is that when that data book statement was released, the picture it shows is when Sasuke charges at full speed to kill. So it's blatantly a hype up statement because it's literally like it's the start of an epic fight that's about to happen. Sasuke moving at full speed in his first engagement with the Akatsuki that eventually will correlate to Itachi, right? Like, it's blatantly a hype moment.
Literally, that's literally what it was for. You can even argue that Kishimoto wanted to deceive us into thinking that because he didn't want us to know the truth about, obviously at the time, but he didn't want us to know the truth about who Toby was. Yeah, sales. He wanted to market Sasuke as a great character and market, and
Sasuke's always been like that too, from the get-go. He's always had that light of like, oh my god, like Sasuke,
Yeah, like, oh shit, like he's cracked. So at the moment,
look at Chidori Wagara, you know what I mean? Like everything.
Yeah, literally. So there is some level of deception from the author just to hype up these people at the moment. So it makes sense, So, do you think Kakashi is stronger than Young Man Hiruzen? Which depends on what's Kakashi. We're talking DMS Kakashi, obviously. If we're talking Kakashi, like most of Shippuden, no, he's not beating Young Man Hiruzen. for the most time.
Yeah, like until he gets to the war arc, then he could beat him. Yeah, war arc, he could beat him.
Yeah.
If it's like a Pain arc and Five Cookie Summit, I would say he could still beat him, but that's only due to Kamui. If you think his Kamui can deal with Hiruzen, but if not, then Hiruzen would still win due to like the whole being over Sonning and shit and whatnot and blah blah. So
yeah, exactly. So it depends in like the exact context. Yeah. Well, Obito thought that fighting Minato with simultaneously controlling the Nine Tails was a good idea is beyond me. Low IQ behavior. I mean, he had multiple goals right at that time.
He was very conflicted. He was conflicted throughout the entire show. Yeah, but
he was certainly conflicted. That was a part of it. He had multiple goals, not just to defeat his former mentor, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, he had to do with a lot of things. Like all I will say at the end of the day, like he does eventually come to a point where he says "fuck it all," basically, he announces that before he summons the Nine Tails, because when he's in the village the whole time he's like contemplating everything. He's conflicted. He doesn't know what to do. He's watching like Akashi at Ren's grave, yada yada. And then eventually he thinks of it all, and then he's there at night. He's like, "Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. I'm here. That's it. I've had enough. Like they all just deserve, like that's it, And he just goes from there. So technically, from that point, from the statement he makes, and from all the feats and actions that he does, I would say at that point in time he was fully committed and he didn't give a fuck, And then after that, it's like a whole time skip of like him going back to the Akatsuki or whatever, and just chilling, whatever, doing this whole thing. So like, and we don't really get anything or any signs of confliction or anything else that's still of suppressing him. The only thing it actually was, it wasn't his confliction anymore, but it was Itachi. He was actually the reason why he couldn't do what he wanted, and exactly, So like, Kishimoto basically did confliction in the beginning, then Itachi. Then it was then right after the Itachi, at that point in time, that's where Kishimoto kind of folded. In my opinion, it was kind of a plot hole because there's plenty of opportunities. Yeah. But regardless of those moments, when we get into the war arc, he gets conflicted again when he meets Naruto. So
especially with Naruto. Yeah, Kakashi, Naruto. There's a good question here. Where was it? Well, actually, not a question, but I saw a poll in the channel Music Media saying who wins in a boxing match between K-Dot and Drake, and most people say
I saw that.
Drake would fuck K-Dot up. K-Dot's like
I'm not gonna lie, like doesn't Drake actually like do that shit? Like
like there's a clip of him. I'm not gonna say he looks like a professional, but there's a clip of him hitting pads. He looks all right. He's a lot bigger than K-Dot physically.
Done that. So
yeah, let's get something straight. Neither one of these guys are like fucking scrappers. Let's get that straight. Drake's a lot bigger. He's 6 foot. I think he's like 6'1".
I feel like he would hit harder too, like Drake.
Oh, facts. He definitely hit harder than K-Dot's like 5'6", 100 and like.
Bro, and then not only that, and Drake's diss song, he told Kendrick to pull up. He said, "I heard you guys like to scrap, whatever." He's like, "Pull up and let's scrap."
Yeah, he's like, "I hear the West Coast likes to scrap. Like, pull up, I'll kick that ass or some shit."
Yeah, I forgot how he said it, but he said it in a badass way. But like, he literally called him out to throw hands.
He would fuck K-Dot up in a boxing match. That's a fact. Like, come on.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think you would call someone out to throw hands if you didn't think you were at least capable enough to do it.
Like he wouldn't call out.
Because if he wasn't, he would just stick to rapping. So.
Yeah, like he wouldn't call out. What's a rapper he wouldn't call out in a fight? Like Wiz Khalifa legitimately has like amateur level skills, which is not a knock. Like amateur as far as like the amateur leagues. Like Wiz Khalifa would fuck Drake up in a fight. Yeah, like, he legitimately could fight. Or fuck no, he would knock off 50 Cent, bro. 50 Cent
so that's what I'm saying. Like Drake, he's not the one just to challenge someone for no fucking reason,
Yeah. Like he knew, like K-Dot would get fucked up. I think K-Dot knows that too. That's why he never entertained.
Now, what would Kendrick do? I feel like he would have a strap. That I know. I feel like that's what he would do.
He comes to Compton. Yeah, fuck no. Yeah, no, he ain't coming to Compton, bro. Like, bro, that's some different shit. That's some like fucking
literally
some shit, bro. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Like if I'm being real, like that, I could see K-Dot doing, like having a strap and using it or whatever.
I don't think Drake, like, despite neither of these guys being hood. I think just for like logically, Drake wouldn't come to Compton, and I don't think K-Dot would come to Toronto. Like not even because of the other person, but just because of the loyalty they have in those cities. Yeah. Like you're gonna see some fucking random guy shoot fucking K-Dot in Toronto or some shit. Like
because it wouldn't be Drake or Kendrick. It'd just be the followers that are loyal.
Yeah, like they're fucking radically loyal, like fundamentally loyal.
Or it'd be like a crazy ass fan out there. You know what I mean? Like a crazy Drake fan or a crazy Kendrick fan. Let's say they come, then bam. Like, cause you know when, like, cause we've seen it already. Drake's house or mansion, it got shot up. We know damn well that was either from a loyal person from Kendrick or that was from a fan. You know.
Facts. So. Like there's real danger of them coming to the like rival city. It's not safe. Like not because of the rival, but because of the loyalists, crazy ass people that are out there. Like a real gangster, let's say a real gangster fuck with K-Dot, and they saw Drizzy
they would just
in LA
pull
or
up
something.
Then. They wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah,
they'd fucking drive by his ass on some Tupac shit. They'd fucking like drive by and
but that's not what it is. Like I'm sorry, but all the rappers to this day, they're not legit gangsters or about it. Like hell no, they're not. No. Like that's not what it is. It's just their fans or the people that are loyal to them that will react or respond that way because they have like nothing to lose, like, you know. So
there hasn't been a real hood rap since like the early 2000s, probably like 50,
or Eminem
like,
too as well. Eminem was kind of in it.
Eminem,
well. 50 Cent, you know.
So, late 90s, early 2000s. That's after that hood, like real hood rap died.
Bro, like I'm sorry, but Eminem and 50 Cent and Tupac, they were in that shit. They had to watch their backs.
Their lives on the line. Their lives were on the line. Like literally, 50 got shot in the fucking.
Yeah, he almost died. He got shot multiple times.
Pac got shot. Biggie. Yeah, bro. Like that's real danger.
Like, bro, and Eminem, he was a real one. A lot of people try to call him a pussy. Like we all know Eminem can't fight, but he's not a pussy though. And a lot of people try to call him a pussy. It's like, motherfucker, like he was in the era where like there was actual gangsters and they're all getting shot up.
Yeah.
There was even to a point where one of them came into a club and was like talking shit to M or saying he's a bitch, whatever. And they had guns and everything. And M said, bitch, I ain't afraid of you. And he went out there and didn't give a fuck. And he was ready to just, like, throw hands when they had guns and shit. Like, M doesn't give a fuck.
No, he was legitimately from 313. I mean, he was
he was in Detroit. Yeah. And there was people that, and they said that. They were like, no, M was about it. Like sure, like, he wasn't that guy, but he would at least go down swinging. You know what I mean? He wasn't a bitch.
Yeah,
you know?
like, so if you were to pull up with this... Yeah, if he pulled up with a strap, he'd probably pull his own. Like, bro, we're both gonna die.
Yep.
Like,
So yeah,
today
that was back then, but today is hell no. Like the laws that we have, how sensitive everything is, and then obviously cancel culture. Like no, there's too much to lose to do any of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like fucking like Drizzy, fucking K-Dot. None of these guys are built like that. The only guy that got shot down was Nipsey. Nipsey got shot down in fucking where was it? Not
Compton too, wasn't he? No.
What's the city called?
Crenshaw.
Not Compton. Yeah, Crenshaw. There we go. He got shot in Crenshaw.
Crenshaw.
He was real.
Crenshaw always be having shit going on though. If I'm being honest with you.
Bro, yeah. He was like legitimately from like. Yeah, he was legitimately from like the hood of Crenshaw. So he was like in dangerous waters in Crenshaw because of the rival gangs. So, but besides that, you don't see that shit out here no more. Not gonna lie, Selena Gomez is gorgeous as she gets older. Selena Gomez is cute.
She's alright, you know. But
she's alright.
Gained a little,
she did gain a little weight. She did gain a little weight. Yeah.
Hey, what do you expect, man? When you're rich and a millionaire and you got all them cupcakes to eat, you know. So
I will say this though, man. A lot of people that come out of Disney are fucked up as adults, dude. So like,
oh my god, dude.
Not following that same
Nickelodeon,
train,
Disney.
Yep.
Nickelodeon. Yeah.
That's a fact, dude. Especially with that documentary that came out, we saw the real truth of how fucked up that environment is. It's crazy, dude.
It's fucked up.
How many? Yeah, that shit was dark. How many Akatsuki members could full power deadly prime Minato take down and how? Like 1-on-1, he'd beat the majority. He would struggle. He'd lose to the top 3 though. Probably.
Yeah. Itachi would beat him. Nagata would beat him. Obito would beat him.
Nagata, Obito. Everybody else he'd beat.
Same would be a good fight. But
that would be a good. That'd be interesting to see how that goes.
The only thing that is interesting that I would say is if Obito is still marked and we count that, maybe Minato could have a chance. That's a maybe, but
pull it off.
You know.
Yeah. If he could like stab him through the. I mean, he has Ashirama cells even, but like if he stabbed him to the heart or some shit with that marking on his back.
The only problem though is Obito has Izanagi though, and that could definitely catch Obito.
And he has Izanagi. Yeah. Hashirama cells, Izanagi. That'd be a tough battle for Minato. Anbu Itachi versus Anbu Kakashi. Itachi.
Oh, Itachi all day, bro.
Yeah, he's slimy. Our Batman is legit smarter than all Batmans of the multiverse. You guys are staying healthy. Most Americans have fun getting obese. Sad truth, dude. Sad reality. 40%. I think 40%
Oh,
of Americans
you want to know the craziest thing too? It's they're still poor or losers or whatever. It's not even rich. It's like
Facts.
all of them.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we're in such comfortable conditions that even like people in poverty are obese, bro.
Yep.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, literally.
Most unhinged thing a woman has ever said to try and hurt your feelings. I know they're prone to be bringing up personal shit if they have beef with someone. Dude.
Yeah.
Unhinged shit.
From my memory, like I would say, like I'm not gonna give context or details, but memory-wise, to see like them bringing up like dead loved ones, I guess, like that.
That's fucked up, dude. Yeah, I think to me, I mean, a girl that cheated on me. If you're an OG
or that,
fan,
or they'll bring up a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, like when this bitch cheated on me, fuck her. She said like. So a couple things that she said were really fucked up. Like she said like, oh, like the way you grew up, you don't know what love is. You grew up like fucking in boxing gym. You're just a machine. That was fucked up. And then she said like, oh, like I'm fucking the guy I cheated on you with right now. I was like, oh, fuck you, bitch. But that's probably the most fucked up shit that a girl said to me. Besides that, I mean,
that's the thing about them ladies, man. I'll tell you what, they know where it hurts. At the end of the day, they know what to say.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'll say this easily: females are more cruel than males are.
Yep.
Easily, they're definitely more cruel. Like,
verbally wise and mental, absolutely. Like they won't be physically violent. That's us. You know what I mean? But
yeah, like emotionally, they know how to fucking really like pull your shit.
And why do you think? Why do you think then the guys are over here like being arrested or whatever? Because guess what? We react with violence when we get pissed, or they trigger us. What do we do? What do we do? We get physical, right? I'm not saying it's an excuse and we should do it, but it's a reaction though. It's not like they're just doing it for no reason. You know what I mean? So
fact, yeah. Women are certainly more cruel. That's just a fact, bro. Like just look at how cruel they are to each other, dude. Like super, super cruel. They attack each other's image, like their reputation. Things like that. That has more of a long-term effect on you.
Look at my man, like free him to this day. But look at my man, Kane, King the Conqueror. What happened to him? The video, she kept going after him.
Free Tory, bro. Yeah, free Tory Lanez. Fuck Megan Thee Stallion, bro. Free Tory. Like that's bullshit, dude. Let's see.
That man lost his Marvel career due to that bullshit.
Yeah, bro. Tory would be making peak music right now if he was out. So fuck that.
It's just sad, man. Like all a chick gotta do is just look good, man, and a man will do so much for her, bro, just to keep looking good, type shit,
Oh God.
Nowadays, man, that power is just fucking utilized, siphoned, drained from us as men, and it takes so much effort and dedication, to even like get a foot in the door, so to speak. You know what I mean?
On God. Especially today, bro.
Yeah, when you give all these women this power, dude, like. Some love the like vindictive nature of like playing with guys as if like they're like the masculine ones now in nature. It's a weird paradox, to be honest, man.
But that's the irony though, Shinobi. It's like they get all this power now and all these equal equity, right? Blah blah, equal rights, yada yada, all this shit. And what do? They abuse the fuck out of it.
It's
all you gotta do is take some ass. That's all I gotta do.
Yeah. Shake some ass, they're straight.
Like, bro, like guys were already cooked back then, but now, like, bro, it's like on steroids.
Yeah, and I'll say this regardless, like, as a guy, you got to become that guy to where that shit doesn't, that shit don't phase you anymore. Like, don't be a simp or a pussy. Like, yeah, the girls have it easier. That's just an objective fact. Whether,
but you got to accept it, and you got to be better.
You got to accept it. Adjust. Like, don't fucking wallow. Like a lot of guys wallow.
A lot of guys cry and bitch. They just cry about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, girls can do this, or girls can do that. It's like, bro, it is what it is.
Like, bro, you think a baddie, dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it's not fair. A girl can pick up a guy instantly, but I can't get a girl. What the fuck?
Whenever a guy comes to me like that, whether it's a friend, I'm like, dude, you sound like a fucking pussy. You get your shit together. I don't have sympathy for you.
Oh my god, my boss hired her. My boss hired her, not me.
Bro, if I don't have, like, I'm your friend and I don't have sympathy for you, what do you think that bitch is thinking? She thinks you're a fucking loser. Like, what the fuck? You gotta adjust, get your shit together, become that guy. She'll chase you. I promise you.
Yeah.
She'll chase you, and then you'll have the leverage, and then things will change. But that takes work. Unfortunately, to become someone of note as a male in today's first world country, in today's first world modern society, you have to increase your value through the grind. It's really that simple. A woman is 18.
Yeah, literally.
She has options galore as soon as she turns 18. It's that simple for them. At a snap of their fingers, options are
They can do whatever they
available in
want.
every
They could
DM,
get
every
celebrities,
DM,
parties,
yeah,
yachts.
every app. These girls in the streets get invited to yachts just because they're bad. While conversely, a guy that's 18 is broke. He's literally a ghost to
Small
99% of
circle.
women.
Yeah.
No status at the time, small circle. No one gives a fuck about him or how he feels. It's that simple. Am I wallowing? No, I'm just telling you how it is. It's that simple.
And
So if you want
you
to,
know, it's sad, Jay. Like, I feel like because of this like cyclical behavior or pattern rather
Hey.
with women going through men so rapidly because they're so
yeah,
willing to be like used in the first place, it almost creates this dichotomy of like desensitization with women. Like,
oh,
they
facts.
don't know what a real relationship entails of per se, and when they have a good thing in front of them, they don't fucking know how to handle it, or they don't even know what they want because they're just fucking going through men and going through all these influx of emotions, and they're using sex or attention as like a self-medication mechanism, if you will.
Facts.
And
Yeah,
they get to a certain threshold or age where like their beauty starts to decline, and then they're just kind of fucked mentally because
yeah.
they haven't really,
Facts.
taken it
Essentially, they're
seriously.
shell shocked because their primary agency has deteriorated. By the time they're 30 plus, they're in the eyes of most men, they're no longer as attractive, and their primary agency no longer is adequate to get them this this influx of options, and then they get shell shocked, and then they become the resentful and bitter ones towards men. They're like, oh fuck these guys, they only care about looks. I'm like, well, when you were in your 20s, all you cared about was status and money. So it's this sort of cyclical nature of the dating marketplace today. Guys in their when they're in their teens, early 20s, late 20s, they're ghosts, and then guys that do what they're supposed to when they're in their 30s, they get the leverage. While conversely, women during that earlier time range are the ones with the leverage. Then they hit their 30s, they lose leverage, and they become the bitter one. So it's like this weird cycle of just a very unsupported. Yeah,
Mama materials, you
it's a
know?
very yeah, a very unsupported and just non-working process in the dating marketplace today because of social media, because of all these new resources that didn't even exist 50 years ago. The dating marketplace has like had a rapid and just like monumental
Turnover
shift in
rate.
how it operates. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
extremely it's an extremely like quick turnaround. Even 30 years ago, this wasn't the fucking case. 30 years ago, a guy would have to go to the fucking library or some shit and spit game. Well, today they can just go on fucking Instagram and DM a chick and like, hey, do you wanna? And because of that, girls get an influx of options, and guys are the ones chasing, mostly getting rejected. It's just a weird process
And
that
then
hasn't even
uh,
existed. I would even say 25 years. Maybe even 25 years is too long. It's only been like 20 years, maybe 15
yeah.
years.
They have
Yeah, it's
options, but they have options of like hella, like homies just trying to hit type shit. Like at the end of the
facts,
day,
facts.
if you keep hoeing around doing all this bullshit, like playing games with men, man, like that's just a bad track record, bro.
Oh
It's
Like,
yeah.
a
Oh
yeah.
no, no.
It builds.
That's the problem. Women, what they absolutely have to control is their past, while men, it is the future. like,
Yeah, it's funny
yeah,
because there's
literally.
almost like the effects that experience has for a man and a woman for a woman are definitely almost adversarial or almost like opposite or like the converse of each other. For a man, experience is beneficial. For a woman, not only does it negatively stigmatize them to society, but it builds bad habits. For example, I think there's even like neurological studies that show that if a woman has many, many partners, it does desensitize them to actually being able to have a working optimal relationship because of the desensitization they've had from having so many options over time. While conversely, the guy builds himself from experience. Not I'm not saying these
Precisely.
fucking chicks, but just being around women, knowing their nature, in general,
learns what to do and what
experience.
not to do.
Yeah,
Chess
and
match, you
learns
know.
what to do. Because yeah, while conversely, women their ability to have an optimal working relationship actually kind of deteriorates from more history.
They get emotional. That's why guys learn from their mistakes. They get logical. That okay, I'm more calculated, whatever. Maybe even colder. Well, girls they get emotional, or they like cling to it, whatnot. Like they basically sabotage themselves with that experience, while guys grow from it and get stronger from it.
Exactly, and it sounds unfair, but that's just the reality. Like our biology is wired that way, while conversely, women's biology isn't wired to have a plethora of options that they just run through in their early 20s and then expect to be fucking.
And we're speaking the majority, by the way. Like, can there be exceptions?
The majority.
Whatever, minority, sure, but
there's outliers. Yeah. The majority of men and women, the majority of men are wired to increase in value the more experience and trials they endure, while conversely, a woman actually their ability to kind of draw in options deteriorates as they get older, and go have more experience and have more trials. It sounds unfair, but then again, it's unfair that a fucking 18-year-old chick has 100 options while an 18-year-old man is a fucking loser, broke as fuck, goes to most women. That's unfair too. So in a way, it balances out.
It's unfair. It's unfair. Women can make hundreds and thousands of dollars by anything they want to fucking do. And a guy has to take years upon years to even potentially even have a chance, not even guaranteed, but a chance to get that.
Exactly.
There's always something. It's always something. So.
Yeah. There's one quote I heard. I think it wasn't Tate. It was someone else. They said it's sad that a bitch can shake her ass and make 5, 6, 7 figures a year, while the guy that built the road for me to get here makes $50K a year. That's unfair. It's fucked up. It's unethical. Is it legal? Yeah, it's fucking legal. Go shake her ass and make 10K fucking month. 100K fucking month, while a guy that built the road for me to get here is making fucking 4K a month, making 50K a year.
Literally.
That's unethical.
But bro, and it's a negative domino effect as well, because guess what? Yeah. Now it makes it even more impossible for a guy to meet the requirements and do this and that and yada yada. And it's basically trying to force the opposite to it, to make the woman the masculine and the guy the woman, basically.
Exactly. Because men are visual, and a woman's primary agency is their beauty, and because social media exists, which amplifies their reach, they could post a picture and hundreds, thousands, millions of people could see it, their money comes in like that, while a guy that, perfected his craft, maybe he's a carpenter, maybe he's an electrician, maybe he's a welder, whatever, they can't make more than, unless they own their own business, they're not making more than 100K. Which is nothing compared to what a top OF bitch makes, which is in the millions. It's just not fair. It's unethical. It's a world we live in, and you got to adjust to it as a guy. You got to basically adjust to the deck of cards or the hand you're dealt with. Every person that's born is dealt a hand, and women just have the better hand on average. They're by the time they're 18, they could fucking go into OF, make 100K a fucking month. While conversely, a guy that's a fucking 18-year-old is broke, a nobody.
They don't gotta worry about being drafted to the military, no nothing. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They could be taken care of by their ex, by their father, by anybody.
Women's feelings are taken care of. They're fucking nurtured. A guy's feelings they don't give a fuck.
They're validated all the time. They're fucking.
They don't give a fuck. Yeah, they'll ghost you. This is
reality. They're always believed as well. They say anything. Yeah. Now it's all guilty before proven innocent instead of the other way around. This is how it goes.
Yeah. And again, it's not wallowing. It's not saying, oh, boo-hoo, man. Nah, I'm not saying that. It's just don't kill the messenger. Just absorb the message for what it is, because that's reality.
We're advocating against that. Any guy that boo-hoos or cries about it, you're a fucking loser.
You're a pussy, and a guy, you're gonna stay a pussy. That women will never want. It's that simple. The guy that's winning,
they don't want that. They admit it. With the statistics, you name it, the whole fucking night of what they want. And guess what? That's a billion trillion times harder because of everything we're discussing right now.
Yeah, it's funny because guys that are the nice guys or pussies, they don't even start the race. They don't finish last. Most of them don't start the race because while a girl's pretending to give a fuck about you, she's getting dug out by the guy she wants. She's on the phone.
Or friend zones you.
I'm busy. She's friend zoned you. I'm sorry, I went to sleep by 8 when they're on TikTok till 4 or 5 a.m. every day, and they're getting dug out by the guy that they really like. That's just a reality because you're a pussy. because you wallow while the other guy endures what he has to deal with and is becoming that guy. This is the reality we live in. So you could absorb it, or you could shoot the messenger and say fuck you and continue to be a loser. It's really that simple. It's really, really that simple. So it's a cruel world we live in, man.
Reality.
It's a very simple thing. Like, do you think it makes any difference and is logical in any sense to cry about reality? Like, what's the point if it starts raining today and oh my god, now you got to be rained on, whatever, blah. Like, are you gonna really cry about it? Like, does that do anything? No, get an umbrella, right? You know, cover yourself or go fucking do this or pay attention to the weather forecast. You know, like,
adjust to the reality that you traverse in. Don't fucking complain about the reality you traverse it, because reality is not gonna fucking shift for you. That's not the reality. That's not the world we live in. Like, reality is gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me give you $1 million. Here you go. Like, what the fuck? That's not the way the world works. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Cry about it or adjust. My coach told me that years ago. Cry about it or adjust.
Yep.
So that's
I mean, we all have emotions, dude. That's kind of the part of being a human being.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to decipher what those
handle
emotions
exactly.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like to emphasize what Shinobi's saying as well. Like, don't get it twisted. We're not saying like, oh, you can't be a human or be emotional or you can't cry, whatever, blah, blah. Like, there's healthy ways to channel your anger and this and that or whatever.
Yeah.
Whether if it's working out or this, you know, blah, blah. So we're not saying not to do that either, because that's you know, self-destructive. But at the same time, what we're saying here is to not be a fucking crybaby bitch all the time, like just complaining all the time, not doing anything, giving up, and you know, and self-sabotaging yourself and yada yada. It's, at the end of the day, you have to accept reality and adjust and improvise. You have to. So
exactly. Yeah, it's essentially knowing where to transfer your energy towards. If you're transferring it towards being a pussy and complaining like a little bitch, you're gonna stay one. But if you transfer it towards productive actions, whether it's the gym, whether it's building, you know, like a craft that you're trying to improve in, learning, whatever that, like a positive action, then you'll have a positive reward. You know, net positive, not net negative. So think of it that way. Use your energy for something positive.
It's kind of the same thing with, like, here's another example that makes it easier to understand. Depression. What do you do against that? Do you let it beat you or do you fight it? You know what I mean? Like, you adjust, right? You figure it out, you know?
Exactly. It's all about adjustment, the right adjustment. Pizza topping tier list. I think most people would say pepperoni is the top, but yeah, most people. I'd say pepperoni and bias. I mean, we all have our biases. But would be up there.
Unless you're built like Little Caesars and you got that cheese sauce, you know what I mean? You added some cheese sauce to it and all that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that when I tried that recently, because I was like, nah, I gotta try it. Fuck it. I don't eat a lot of pizza, but sometimes I'll do it here and there. But that shit was peak though. That cheese sauce, bro. Exactly. Oh my god.
Peak. I think pepperoni is top, but up there would be sausage.
Bacon, dude. Sausage.
Bacon, definitely.
Come on, dude.
Dude, yeah, I think ham. I mean, some people don't like ham. I like ham on pizza. It's pretty dank.
Yeah.
Would be up there as well. I guess some of the vegetables a lot of places put, like what else do they put on there? Like peppers on there. Barbecue sauce is pretty dank. Yeah, barbecue
even
sauce
like
is
a
pretty
breakfast
dank.
pizza, dude. Like, kind of underrated.
Yeah, dude. Like the right combo. That shit's dank, bro, in the morning. But yeah, there's some of them. Best places to meet girls. How to carry a convo. Best places to meet girls. So
that's a tough one.
In person?
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, there's multitude of factors you have to sort of calculate when trying to decide what that is. Firstly, is it the place to meet them? I don't think the supermarket is the best place. They're there for one reason only, to shop. You don't want to go up to some chicken line like, hey, what's going on? Like, they have an objective in mind. I'd say places where
you don't want to get a wife in a club, right? Like,
exactly. That's another factor. Like, is this environment where a decent girl would be? A club, most likely not. Perhaps a place where social interaction is expected. The beach. The beach is a good one. In the middle of like a mall, like where everyone's walking or something or talking. That's a decent place.
What's your take on coworkers?
Now, this is my agenda.
That's
this is the way I do things. Yeah, like I don't mix business with pleasure ever, like ever. After the fact, it's free game. Like if I leave a job and I knew a baddie, I'll be all over that. But before like during the fact, nah, like that's off limits. Cause you just never know how they'll end up. Like, let's say she resents you, that's just gonna be a problem, especially if you're working with her, or if she has some level of authority over you, or she has she'll have an influence on how your career goes. Nah, I don't fuck with that. But after the fact, it's free game. Like, there's some baddies I've met after the fact. I've left the job. I'm like, it's free game, but she's bad. I have nothing to lose. Like, free game, yeah. So I'd say don't mix business with pleasure unless you can really trust a chick, and let's say you're both grandfathered in, like you've already been dating.
Or if you're on the same level. If you're like on the same level,
yeah,
too,
or you're the same. Yeah, like if you guys have been dating and you both get the same job, that's fine.
But if she's ever above you or your boss, then nah,
no.
No, you're cooked if you do that.
You're cooked. I would never do that shit.
But like, I'll say this. I'll say this. Like, all right, at least you got some cheeks, but was it really worth it? You know what I mean? Because now, you know.
Yeah. I've been in a situation where I knew a baddie. Like, she was like above me, and she was baddie. I'm like, bro, I could hit like right now.
That booty be talking, bro.
Yeah, fact. That's awesome, God. Like, I've been in that situation. Like,
Thick McGee in this bitch, you know.
If I hit and quit. If I hit and quit, it's gonna be a problem. Because she has like, I can't do that.
She's gonna be on your shit. She be like, oh, you wanna just hit and quit? Oh yeah, okay, all right. Oh, you're a minute late. Oh, fuck you. Writing you up.
You're a minute late. You're gonna fucking write up.
No, dude,
tripping, bitch.
You missed out on the shelf. Okay, come here.
It's like, like when you're a teenager, you have a job when you're a teenager. Oh, you missed a spot. You forgot to sweep that. Yeah. You're getting a write up. I'm like, what the fuck? Nah, bro, you're tripping. Fuck you. So yeah, I've definitely not mixed business with pleasure in general, unless it's an outlier case. That's what I'd say about that. But what was the other question? How to carry a convo? Is that what it was? Yeah. So how to carry a convo? It really depends on the context, how you begin it. It depends on the woman's interest right off the bat, because sometimes you got to take the L. If she's kind of just being nice and just pretending to care what you say, I'll just end it. Like, all right, have a good day. You know, that's raps. But if she's interested,
it's just not worth it, man, honestly.
It's not worth your time. You're wasting your fucking time.
They have a light switch sometimes, bro. Like, sometimes they be hella into it and it's so fucking obvious, and it's just like clear as day. You don't even have to try. And then the next day, it's just like ghosting you or not feeling like it's the other option.
Bro, we said this plenty of times, but like, we're being dead ass. Like, if a woman is interested, you would fucking know. Like, they make that shit pretty clear, bro.
They on that shit, bro.
You're on it.
Yeah. Bro, they're gonna be laughing a lot, looking at you, you know, doing this and that, you know, talking with you more.
Yeah, you don't have to try, bro. They send you pictures voluntarily. It's like, all right, yeah.
Facts. On God, bro. That's literally
the
case.
Now, if they're over here, like, you know, beating around the bush, you know, or distant and this and that, or back and forth, like, come on, bro. Like, no.
Like, if they're not looking for you, they don't fuck.
Like at that point, instead of getting butthurt or being pissed, guess what you need to do? Develop yourself, further yourself further, status, whatever you name it. And guess what? They will come back.
They'll come back. Like, you gotta be stoic, bro. You gotta be stoic. Like, the best case scenario is if a girl's looking for you.
Hey,
looking for her. That's how you know.
The best taste of vengeance too, Jay. You know what I mean? Let's say, you know, it's like, again, instead of bitching, whatever, you know, take it to the chin, right? Do what you gotta do, grow, whatever. Right. And if you get to that level, come back, catch him up, right? Hit whatever, and say, bye, bitch. You know, and get another bitch, whatever. Like give them a little taste of their medicine. You know what I mean? Like, do it the right way.
Situation where, like first semester of college, I hit this chick. I liked her. She ghosted me. Then I gained more success. I graduated from college. She hit me back up like, hey, I miss you. I'm like, is that so? And then I clapped a dash. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna give you what you want. And then I dashed.
Then I clapped.
And guess what? They get pissed, bro. When you come back with like a level of success, or if you just have anything even to give, and then they finally give you something in return, and then you then dip and say, "Nah, fuck you." They get mad when they lose that leverage and power. They get pissed.
Like, she was trying so hard to sell the dream. She's like, "Oh, I'll be there for you." I was like, "Yeah. I'm just here to clap."
Now you want to be here for me. Now you want to commit. You know what I call that? Gold digger.
Now you want to be there. Okay, where were you 4 years ago when I was broke, bitch? You weren't there. Like, nah, I'm clapping and dashing.
Or where were you when I was doing all this shit, going above and beyond, blah blah, you know, you name it,
everything,
my time, blah blah, and then when I finally get here and I'm back, oh, now you want me? Okay.
Facts is like, bitch, I used to bike to your house at 3 a.m. when I had no car when I was 17, 18. Now that I'm up, you want? Nah, bitch, I'm sorry. Like, I'm dining and dashing.
Bro,
I'm
like,
sorry.
I say to this day, like, there's a couple individuals, like, you know, girls, obviously, for the girl reasons, right? And then there's some guys that I know of, like, you know, that clearly used to be family, whatever, blah. Guys and girls, like, a dead ass, you know, if I get to a certain level and point, you know what I mean? And I get where I want to be, whatever, whether if it's crazy high or if it's just, you know, at a certain medium, right? Regardless of which one, you best believe I'm going to be going back to those individuals, flexing that, and just to piss them off and make them realize where they fucked up. You best believe.
Yeah, bro. So, that's the best vengeance, honestly. It's just success, to be honest. Yep. Like, hey, bitch, like, now, you know, then you saw it, now you don't. Yeah. It's that simple. That's the agenda,
bro. You don't need them to have a good time or enjoy yourself. Or you can get another, like, bitch tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, you know God, like, dude.
I don't know if you guys ever saw the video, but like Bad Bunny, it's like off Afeda. I think I forgot how you fucking say it, but it was one of his popular songs. But like towards like basically he's like, you know, doing Spanish and rapping about he's kind of like the Drake for Spanish, basically. That's the best way to say it.
He is.
But he was rapping whatever, basically saying about like how fucked up this shit is, whatever, blah. And what does he do in the end? He gets goes to his car, has like 2 other bad bitches. They they go in there one night. He says, does his middle finger, says, fuck you, bye.
Dude, Bad Bunny, low key, dude. Well, not even low key, but his shit slaps. Some of his shit does slap. It's in Spanish,
for sure. That
shit. Drake's done a lot of collabs with him too.
Like, yeah, no, dude, those guys when those guys like cook, they cook some shit. Like they can cook. Yeah, that shit's pretty fire. If Tank's waiting for Shakur to fight on the front foot, Tank will wait forever. Shakur is so disciplined and always stays defensively responsible. Yeah, Tank's gonna have to be the aggressor. He's definitely not gonna stand back. He's not gonna win like outboxing Shakur. So yeah, I agree with that. He definitely would. He would have fight like that anyways. I think he would look for the knockout against Shakur. Like,
you know, it depends on your opponent, man. Like if your opponent is within a certain caliber of skill where you can be able to, you know, to engage on an even play field and kind of try to just calculate and think them. Then sure, great. But if that's not the case, and you know they're slightly superior than you or certain other things or whatever, and you have to be aggressive, because if you're not, you're fucked. You're gonna lose. It's gonna backfire. You're gonna lose, or they're gonna score more than you, so on and so forth. You know.
It's like when Marcus Maidana almost beat Mayweather. The reason he almost beat him was because of the aggression.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh shit! Look who's back. Alexa's back. What's going on, Alexa?
Oh, shit.
Hurry up and come home.
Oh my god.
Damn, mommy. Damn. Stomach.
Hey, no comment. No comment. Let's see what you guys. Yeah, thanks for the 50 though, Alexa. I was talking to the Batrick recently. I could tell she was feeling me, but she was 20. When she found out I was 17, I was done. Oh yeah, it's tough. Hey, you got just one more year, bro. If she's still down,
don't find a reason. No, dude, it's like, yeah, I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Wait a year. I'll hug along until you're 18, bro. Yeah. Any advice for a former smoker trying to quit? My dad said the first 10 years is the hardest. Goddamn. This is what I say in general for addiction. The top 2 things I'd say. Number 1, your reason to quit. If you have like someone, let's say for example, someone that like their dying wish was for you, like they're on a deathbed promise for you to quit. That's a good why. Maybe you have a girlfriend that says, hey, if you don't quit, I'll leave you. Something like that. You need the right why. And then also distractions. You can't be just sitting at home fucking looking at yourself in the mirror. Like that's the best place that demons can come at you and be like, all right, I want you to smoke. I want you to do this. Whatever the fuck it is. You gotta be distracted. Go to the fucking gym.
Don't be a fat cuck bitch like Noodles, you know?
So. Yeah, don't be a fat fucking loser like him who sits around and has a fucking eating addiction. He's a fucking pussy. But yeah, you want to stay not distracted. Not distracted is probably the best advice, and having the right why, like the right reason to quit. I think that will really push you. In those moments where it's tough.
No Cheeto bags, man. You know, don't be.
Yeah, keep the shit down, bro.
We as humans are very much so habitual individuals, and we all have our own patterns of behavior, whether it's having a cup of coffee every day, whether it's fucking making food at a certain time, whatever it may be. We always have certain patterns, and addiction doesn't really differ from that, obviously. So I think in order to
Facts.
get over that, just substitute those behavioral patterns with something else. Like, let's say, like, every time you had like an
Exactly.
inkling, maybe like get a smoothie, or like get some gum, or go work out, or go for a walk, or whatever it is. Like, make that habit be something healthy now. And so whatever you have that like inkling, you like stimulate your body and mind as well by like tricking yourself almost, you know what I mean? So it'll probably take at
Yeah.
least a couple weeks because habits take time to develop. But as long as you have the due diligence, I think anything's certainly
Yeah.
possible.
No,
You
no.
know,
Yeah,
and like
no.
Jay was
Yeah. Like
saying,
even
have a reason
yeah.
to
No,
quit.
no.
You know?
Yeah.
Facts.
Even from a
Yeah.
yeah. Like from a neurological standpoint, I've watched like neurologists speak on addiction, especially ones that release dopamine, like smoking or fucking corn or fucking drugs. You have to rewire your dopamine system by sort of staying away from the very thing that keeps releasing that dopamine and like fueling those feelings of bliss or whatever, and
Yeah.
sort of depraving yourself of those. And from a biological standpoint, they say a good place to be at where you're seeing light at the end of the tunnel is like 30 days. Even then, there's those urges, but if you can get past the first fucking 21 to 30 days, but neurologically your brain's starting to reset its dopamine system,
Yeah.
where it's not like fucking begging you
Yep.
for fucking like porn or fucking drugs, whatever the fuck it is. So if you can get past those first couple of weeks, which are tough, they're gonna be fucking tough. You might even have physical symptoms, especially if it's drugs and shit. You're gonna have literal like physical side
Withdrawals.
effects from withdrawals. Yeah, so it's gonna be fucking tough. But if you can get past that, there's a good chance you could escape.
Yeah,
So
like
that's
an
what I'll say.
example, like in just a couple examples, just like to really put the cherry on the top, like what Jay and Shinobi are saying, like let's say you struggle with I don't know drinking a lot of fucking unhealthy juices and whatnot, or
Yeah.
and shit. Guess what? Don't do that. Drop it. Get some Crystal Light. It's actually very, very fucking healthy for you. Get some water. It tastes
Yeah,
exactly the same. Tastes exactly the same, but
Yeah.
it's actually healthy. So like
Exactly.
there's many ways to go about it in order to fill in your urges or whatever in a more positive, productive sense, whatever the case may be. There's many fucking ways. Like, you guys would be surprised. Again, like nowadays it's tremendously easy. You have Google, you have YouTube, as well.
Google.
So the fact that we have this information just to easily search and figure out whatever, to find replacements or substitutes and resolutions, that's, you have to just take that extra step. You know what I mean? And if you do,
Exactly.
you'll be perfectly fine. And another example, this is one of the most common ones, but let's say you struggle with fucking porn or some shit, whatever. That's a very easy way to resolve. Get a partner. Get find a girl. Get a girl, whatever. There you go. That solves that problem. Or two, if you want to do at least better than doing that, fucking find a sex worker or OnlyFans or whatever. Nowadays it's pretty,
Yeah.
I'll say this: it's better to have a side chick or a sex worker, whatever, and doing that shit with them than just watching that shit and so on. It's better than nothing, right? So what's it called? So again, you have to go about it in a certain way and build yourself in those directions to the point where eventually you're set. You know what I mean? You don't even have to worry about it. It's not even a fucking thought that comes to your mind. So
On God.
you got to
Yeah.
do that. If
Like,
you don't, you're just setting yourself up for failure.
Exactly. Yeah. So addiction is something you gotta be willing to crack it. Like, you gotta be willing. Like,
And
how
it's
bad you
hard.
want it.
It's
That's
not easy. We're not saying that.
not easy.
Yeah.
Not
No,
easy. That's a
definitely
fact.
not.
It takes
Not gonna be fucking
patience,
easy. That's a fucking lie.
self-control, and it takes drive.
Facts. Discipline, drive. Yeah, you gotta have the will, bro. Because you might fuck up a couple
And
times.
support.
You gotta have the will.
Don't be mad if
Yeah.
you need help too.
Facts. Help will go a long way. Trust me. Hey guys, what videos you guys planning in the future? So we got a couple of, we all got content, but
Yeah.
Hokage versus Uchiha. We got that. We're still scripting that, but that. I got a video. I'm gonna eventually do a Boruto video. It's probably gonna be Boruto versus Naruto, since I did a poll and most of you guys are asking for that. So I might do Boruto versus Naruto. Who would win? Like current Boruto.
Oh,
like
we're
Boruto
gonna
right
hear
now
all the
versus-
Naruto fans cry. Oh.
They're gonna be like, "Oh, you fucking asshole." Yeah, I'm gonna do that. There's a lot of content we got for you guys. A lot of things in the works. So expect some videos even as soon as next week. We'll see what we got going for you guys. So we all got content for you guys coming. So
No doubt.
yeah, Shakiro about to fight in 3 minutes. Is he fighting today? Well, I'm not. I guess the guy he's fighting, I don't really know that well, but yeah, I'll check that out. Will you guys do a Discord watch party of Loma versus Tank? I'll say this: there's a very good chance that we're gonna do it for the Jones fight.
Yeah.
We
have to. Oh, we gotta do it for Jones.
Yeah, Jones. That might be the last time. Yeah, Tyson also. Cool. I was probably gonna have us do that with Connor, but that shit got canceled because he got hurt. So
that man's always getting hurt, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's so unfortunate. That shit was happening. I think this fucking month.
At this rate, I think he's purposely hurting himself.
Well, he was supposed to be there instead of Alex Pereira and Yuri.
Yeah, they had to replace him last second. Yeah, that was gonna be this month too, or the end of June rather. So
imagine he's just doing this shit purposely to duck because he wants to do other things or just live a luxurious life.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him. That guy never needs to fight a day in his life.
That man was really so focused on like when I don't know if you guys remember, but this again another demonstration of easy mode. But the girl when she's being interviewed and she does the hook to whatever shit, and now she's like fucking famous and viral, yada yada. You know, so like Connor was over here trying to fight her, bro.
I know, I saw that, dude.
Man has kids and a wife, and he's like, nah.
He's like, bro, I want to hit. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, nah.
She got Gert though. Okay, yeah. What's up, bro?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
How you doing?
He's like, I'm trying to hit.
Like bro, Connor has been focused on acting, woman. That's it.
Yeah. There was some people that found his likes on Twitter before likes were removed. He was like liking some weird shit. Like he was thirsty, like some thoughts on Twitter. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like I'm tripping. But
what I'm getting from that is he's in the relationship where he's obviously has his main chick, right, that he commits to, but he's obviously gonna be fucking all the other chicks all around, and his wife is cool with it then. Okay.
Facts. I guarantee she's cool.
Because she would have been left then. If she would have been left.
Yeah, I guarantee he's
she's like, nah. She's like, at the end of the day, she's like, nope. I know. At the end of the day, I'm the real one. I'm the one that's here no matter what, and I got the bag. You name it. I don't give a fuck.
He's like, bitch, I had his kids. I'm straight.
Literally.
He's straight.
Like he'll choose me all day, every day over you. You're just a side piece.
Facts. Yeah, literally. Shakur about to fight. Okay, well, you guys. So yeah, we're gonna do the Jones fight. We'll probably do a Discord watch party. What other fights are coming soon? Let's see. Izzy versus Drickus. I think that's in August.
Ooh, Izzy?
Yeah.
Really?
Izzy fighting Drickus Duplessis. Yeah,
nice.
That might be.
Let's go.
That's either this month or the next month. We definitely gotta check that one out.
Oh, that's gonna be hype, bro.
That's gonna be lit as fuck. They're already talking shit to each other too, so that's pretty lit.
Well, they've been talking shit.
I almost forgot. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, dude. Yo, it's getting closer, man.
Oh, dude.
It looks so good, and it's getting closer. Hey, me and Jay Shinobi about to throw hands, bro. We're about to throw hands with Six, with Swag, with TG. We're gonna fuck them. We're all fighting. My God. We're all fighting.
Dude, we gotta scrap each other, and then we gotta scrap.
That's an idea, Jay. We could do a fucking stream, a co-host stream, and have them all there to fucking fight in Dragon Ball.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we could do a tournament of all of us together.
Yeah.
We could have us, TG, Six. We could have fucking.
We could do a team battle actually. You know, we could do a team. So it'd be like I don't know. This is example. Jay Shinobi. TG on the team, and then like me with some others, whatever, and we just like go at it, and whoever wins the most.
That'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be sick. We have like a fucking Budokai tournament or something. Some shit like that.
That'd be a hilarious stream, bro.
That would be so sick. That's actually.
They might be down to do it. Shit, it pop off for them too. Yeah. They could also stream it as well, you know.
Yeah, they'd definitely be down. I know for sure, like TG, our dog, he'd be down. Like,
yeah, Sage, that'd be cool, man. Fuck yeah,
Sage
bro.
would be down.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be lit. If you give Itachi equal stats to Ishiki, do you think Itachi would get the dub against him?
Oh yeah.
Equal stats? He has Tsukiyomi. That'd be a problem for
Ishiki. Yeah, Tsukiyomi would shit on him.
The only thing is, with the Ishiki's ability, I don't think the normal MS is going to be able to track him.
Nah, it's not.
At all, to be honest.
Problem.
Like,
that would be the biggest hurdle.
I'll say this. Sasuke said, Sasuke did, to be fair, he has 6 paths, though, so what's it called? So it's not even an equivalent, but what he did say, he what's it called? He was barely able to track it, to perceive it. That's what he said. So like the fact that he could barely perceive it while he has 6 pass MS as well. Or EMS. Yeah. Like so, yeah.
That'd be the biggest threat. Itachi would have to like one shot him with Tsukiyomi quick.
Unless you think that giant gap and discrepancy is due to the scaling only, and it's not just only because of the eyes, but
it was a big gap.
So basically what I'm getting at is if you think it's because of scaling, and if it's equal stats, then that wouldn't be a problem. But if it's not because of scaling, and you're just saying it's all purely because of dojutsu, then Itachi's very in a bad fucking situation, you know. So,
if it is dojutsu, he's fucked. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge problem. But if it's like his speed is adequate to react, then he probably won't.
Which I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of leaning towards the scaling though. I don't think it's a dojutsu because Naruto, when he goes barrier mode, he can catch that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, he actually he physically reacts.
Yeah, it wasn't like no matter what, it just always hits because it's so. You know what I mean? So that sounds. I think it is a scaling thing. So if if it is a scaling thing, and if Naruto can at least perceive and now be fast enough to fucking catch that, because that's when Sasuke says the line like I was barely able to perceive those rods and I couldn't even react to it either. You know what I mean? So I would say it's scaling. So if that's the case and it's equal, then I think Itachi would be fine then. But that's just me.
Yeah, he's definitely smarter. Like his intelligence would definitely help. He would like to do so that shit works quick.
I think Tsukiyomi's his best win con. That and obviously using his intelligence in the Totsuka blade.
Totsuka.
Yeah. If he lands a Totsuka, he's dead. He's dead.
100%. Yeah.
But Ishiki's win conso would be the shrinking shit, like the rod stuff, right? If he does it to his head, you know.
Rods.
And that's basically it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every other area, Itachi shits on him, like intelligence, like sure you could say like, oh, since he's an alien, he has all that experience, right? And eons, whatever, and that's fine. But the problem is like Ishiki's never demonstrated like Minato or Itachi level fucking IQ, strategy, intelligence. Like he hasn't done that, you know, like.
He's never. I feel like because of who he is, he's never really been tested. Like,
he's a powerhouse.
Like the only time he got injured was
conversation
off guarded
on that particular costume memory video we did. It's like the whole Zetsu and Itachi.
Exactly.
It's similar to that. But see, the problem with this though, it's tremendously worse though for Ishiki in my opinion. Because at least with Zetsu, he knew all of that, right? And he. Like it's a little bit like more better for Zetsu, and the reason why is because with Ishiki, sure he may know a lot of things or has a lot of experience or whatever, but the problem is like when he ran into Naruto, right? As an example, when Naruto got that crazy amp, you know, and he has the barrier mode, he didn't know what the fuck to do. Man was choking. He couldn't strategize. He couldn't think. He was literally freaking out the whole time, getting emotional. So like, and while Itachi and Minato, they don't do that. They start strategizing, critical thinking. Like when Minato fought Obito, when he's in like a fair game situation, right? What is he doing? Thinking, analyzing calmly. You know, like so. That's what I'm saying. Like with Ishiki and Itachi, again, if it's equal. Like, Itachi has that all day, every day. He's going to be calm and collective, strategizing, while Shiki's fucking stupid as fuck. You know, like...
Yeah, he's definitely not as calm and collected. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Adal Hinata versus Pain. Hinata had Hamaru's chakra after the last, so she'd probably fuck Pain up, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Adal Hinata, yeah. Nappa versus Momo Shiki. Momo Shiki, probably.
Yeah.
Nappa's, like... Yeah, he's not that powerful. Momoshiki's like, if it definitely fused, Momo would be above, way above planet level. So.
That's another thing I forgot to mention too, Jay. And even if you don't think Itachi can react to it with his hands, Susanoo would definitely be able to. That's way faster.
Oh yeah, not to mention Susanoo. Yeah, he has more. He just has more tools than Ishiki too. Intelligence, Totsuka.
Yeah, Ishiki he doesn't know what the fucking Totsuka blade is or Yadamir.
Oh no!
What the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, and that's another problem as well. Like if he just decides to try to tank the hit, you know, whatever, or you know, or even gets caught locking, like he's not gonna know that's a one-shot kill. So like, because again, he's not that battle intellect like again like Minato and Itachi. Like he's not he doesn't give a fuck about risk or potentials or whatever. Like, while they do care and they do know, like, oh, I have to be on my toes at all times, you know. So
yeah, like in a way, he is willing to get hit by shit. Like when Amaterasu hit him, he let it hit him when Sasuke used it. So the fucking telescope, he'd be like, "What the fuck? They ain't gonna do shit," and then he gets sealed. He'd be like, "Oh shit."
Well, he said he knew what that shit was. You know,
especially if like it's equal stats, and he would more than likely in character like try to just block, right, and tank it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then once he gets hit, and and realize, oh shit, this is not something you block. This is something you avoid. It's too late. He's done. You know, so
he's fucked. Yeah, it'd be over.
It's kind of like Orochimaru, where Orochimaru like came out. He's so arrogant, whatever. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, like he knows he can regenerate, yada yada yada. So he literally lets Itachi stab him. And then he's like, oh, shit, I'm fucked. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't know you had that. You know, so...
Yeah. Literally, that's probably what would happen. What is it like to grow a YouTube power scaling... as a power scaling YouTuber, my original YouTube channel got taken down, so I decided to try again. Cause I'd say experimentation and consistency are, like, the top things. Like, be consistent with the content, whether it does well or not, and experiment with different styles until you hit that sort of stride where... a certain style is giving you success consistently, then you would like grow on top of that style.
And live and learn as well. Like that's very important because if what you just mentioned is like for whatever reason that really sucks, by the way. But like for whatever reason that your thing got taken down, learn from that as well. Because obviously, because YouTube, let's be real, it's a whole other can of worms. But they either play favorites or they're inconsistent, you know, whatever. So if there's ever anything that could put you in a territory of potential risk, if anything, what I would recommend is to have a separate YouTube channel for that particular content. This way, if you were to lose anything or whatever, it's at least for that one and not your main channel, right? You know what I mean? And this way you could focus on whatever other content that's more than likely more safe, you know, or a variety of things.
Yeah.
If there's anything that could potentially have risk, you know, you really need to know the policies of YouTube or just know what's kind of like a hit and miss, a double-edged sword. This way you can kind of stray away from that stuff because I'll give an example. You might not know him, but he's one of the biggest YouTubers out there. He has like 30 fucking something million subs. His name's Markiplier. He lost his first YouTube channel as well. When he first started, whatever, he was popping off, you name it. He lost all his subs, all that progress, whatever you name it. And he was just going to quit right there and then. But his one of his best friends, Wade, convinced him to try one more time. He did, and now he has 30 fucking some million subs, you know? So... like, it's overall, you kind of just have to know what you can do. But again, take that experience, that negative, turn it into something good, because it's always the vibe. You always want to do that in life. You know, and another thing you could do too, this is what Fresh and Fit did. They went to fucking Rumble. They said, fuck you, YouTube.
Yeah,
you know?
Platform.
So, like, let's say there's something that you're passionate about, and you really love whatever, and YouTube's kind of like very risky to do whatever. And if you do want to pursue it to that extent as well, not even just doing a separate YouTube channel. Like, let's say you just don't want to deal with that at all. Go to a platform that's actually that will embrace it. You know what I mean? That doesn't give a fuck and not like, you know, yada yada yada, right? You know, so Rumble's a good example. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rumble is actually it has some big names like Fresh and Fit.
They're actually cool with freedom of speech.
Like, you see if you see the chats in that fucking platform, I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, they go off, bro.
Yeah, like they're really great when it comes to content creation and you name it. They're really great on the sensitivity of things, freedom of speech, whatnot. Like it's basically how YouTube used to be, but then now YouTube changed and they're just for XYZ reasons, you know. So,
yeah, literally. What's going on, Prodigy? What's going on, brother?
YCA?
Okay, brother. What about equal stats? Itachi versus adult Sasuke, both bloodlusted. Equal stats?
Tachi, he's always been over him consistently, narratively.
Yeah,
but,
the only thing Sasuke could do would be send him. Would be to leave him in another dimension, like stranded.
Oh yeah, he does have the Rinnegan now. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem.
He could do that, but yeah, he's definitely intelligent.
You want to know what's interesting? Imagine the Totsuka blade and the Shinra Tensei interaction or absorption.
That'd be weird as shit. That'd be a weird interaction.
Or better yet, the Totsuka blade could probably get dealt with because it is chakra. I'd say the Yatamir. That's an interesting interaction.
Yeah.
Fucking,
you ever watch the channel Comic Pop? They read review comments. I think I've like scroll past that channel or their content.
I'll say this, Jay. Though I think Sasuke takes it though, and the only reason why is like Itachi. He may be probably more smarter, but Sasuke could just outlast him because he has infinite Rinnegan and EMS, while Itachi has an MS. He's in pain. He has limited, you know what I mean, and whatnot. Like, so it's kind of unfair.
Yeah, that would be detrimental.
Yeah, and Sasuke can do a perfect Susanoo while Itachi can't. So
yeah, he'll be losing his light. The fight goes on.
So Sasuke takes it, bro. Like,
and he could just strand him on another dimension, leave his ass there.
That's what I'm saying. Do that it sucks, but it's not fair. He has so many abilities.
There's more tools,
and you name it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, full Kyora and full Hollow Ichigo versus the Akatsuki. Honestly, probably full Kyora and then Ichigo. I think they scale over like the Akatsuki.
Oh, and Sasuke can fly. I forgot to mention. Perfect Susanoo can fly. He can't.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
imagine Sasuke just going up there, flying, and then spamming jutsu at him. Like, what does he do?
Yeah, literally.
He starts fucking throwing meteors at him with fucking Chewbacca Tensei. God damn. Homelander versus Raditz. Raditz would probably one-shot his ass.
Raditz would whip his ass, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
bro. That's not even fair.
Raditz versus the whole boys verse. Yeah, he'd probably destroy the whole planet. If you just go fly out of the atmosphere and blow it up, one shot.
Wait, I just thought of this really quick though, Jay. I would have to do my homework because I don't really remember that well. But the only potential win con for Itachi though could be Tsukiyomi. What's it called? But then again, like it depends on how it operates. Does Tsukiyomi operate where as long as you deceive the eyes, that bam, you're immediately in it, or no, like resistance could be a thing. You know what? I know the Rinnegan.
The Rinnegan.
But I'm talking about Sasuke's EMS. Like if he looks at the EMS, you know, like that. I don't, because if it's instant, obviously he loses. Like Sasuke can't do anything about Tsukiyomi. But if it's not and he can resist it, then he's fine. You know, so
it goes back to that debate about immunity. Like, would he be immune to it because of the dojutsu, or would he still be susceptible? Like, that's an argument. Like, if you believe that people like Itachi, if he was capping or not when he said like, oh, if you have an MS, you know, it's the only way.
Because I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure with everything we do know, like what I got for the most part, and along with you guys, I'm pretty sure you agree as well. It was always along the lines, like, if you're within the same caliber of the eye, then you're fine. Like, so 3-tomo to 3-tomo. Or if it was 2-tomo to 3-tomo, then the 3-tomo beats 2-tomo, right? You know, if it's MS to 3, yada, yada, right? And then Rinnegan. Like, that, I feel like Kishimoto kind of, you know, said in a sense, not, like, blatantly or concretely, but it's a higher amount of evidence, I would probably say, along that route. So if we go along that route, and we're talking about Sasuke, like, and they're both at the peak with just equal stats, Sasuke would still technically be sixth path, you know what I mean? But it's just equal stats. So then,
with equal stats,
and then even if it's not that, EMS is above MS, so there's that too, you know. Yeah. So
he has like multiple advantages. Yeah, the EMS.
So I would say Sasuke's probably fine and could resist it. But I'm not going to sit here and say concretely though, because that's the only unfortunate thing. I wish Kishimoto gave us more stuff when it came to that.
I was more clear about that.
Because the only thing we got was Kakashi and Itachi, but that was during when Itachi's trolling and we can't take anything seriously of what he's doing. You know what I mean?
He's like capping the whole time. The best argument, the best like supplemental evidence was when he was able to shield himself from the infinite Tsukiyomi. That's the best, like the most powerful genjutsu, and he shielded himself with his Susanoo at the very least.
Yeah, and he
but
said,
then again, we still don't really know.
Yeah, and he said Rinnegan could deal with Rinnegan genjutsu probably, and then
exactly. So that's like the best argument to like.
And even MS can deal with MS jutsus as well, like Itachi's statement as well. So
by his statement. So it's definitely a discussion when it comes to that. Remember the last time you brought a Blu-ray or DVD? God damn, it's been a long time, dude.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid. Like when me and my like dad he'd get like the fucking what's that shit was called? Like that was around all the stores, Redbox or some shit, and like all the movies and shit like that.
Lit.
Blockbuster.
That was probably the last time, dude. Yeah, I think it was called Redbox. It was like all over the stores and like.
You wanna know what's sad though, bro? I wish some fucking billionaire or million, like it's crazy. Like they're on fucking crack for not doing this. But if I was a billionaire or millionaire, I would have invested into those companies and made sure they didn't fucking go broke or at least set enough to where they're there forever, right? Because I feel like losing nostalgic like OG shit like that was peak. I feel like that's just a heavy loss, man. Like, I get it. We're in different times. There's all of this tech, downloading whatever else. So what's the point, right? But it's still like, important though. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. I don't know. So
we're in the era of convenience now.
Yeah, it's just sad. Like, you know what I mean? Like one day, like further along the lines, I am gonna like get all like the old fucking systems like GameCube, Nintendo, whatever. It's gonna be a lot of fucking money because it's kind of hard to do that nowadays. But eventually, I am gonna do that just to even enjoy those experiences, and I'm gonna stream that shit too. Because there's actually a way to stream it, but you have to buy it all first, and it's pricey. But what's it called? But it's just. That was the good shit back then, man.
Nostalgia, though.
It was the good shit back then, bro. Like,
yeah, that'll definitely bring like the appeal of nostalgia. Yeah. What's going on, Jacob? Curious, what do y'all think about Homelander's son and where you think his story will go? Will he be the villain replacement of Homelander? I think.
Be strong as fuck.
When it comes to Ryan, he's definitely he's on that precipice of what direction he will head in. Right now, Homelander is influencing him into becoming more detached as far as his humanity, his empathy. He's pushing him to become.
Bro, he killed that one dude. He pushed him.
Yeah, like he's becoming more of not a sadist, but more of a sociopath where he just doesn't care for others and more so prioritizes himself. Because he's trying to force himself to become a sociopathic narcissist. Like, he's a narcissist, but he still cares about what other people think. He's trying to kill that side of himself.
Yeah.
And because of that, he's trying to push Ryan to do the same thing. So that one scene, spoiler alert, fuck it. That one scene where he tells that one producer to apologize to that chick.
Yep.
He's like, apologize right now. And then he starts enjoying. Yeah, he starts enjoying like the suffering that producer's going through because he keeps telling the chick like, slap him again. He's like enjoying it. And he starts embracing.
He's becoming baby Homelander.
Yeah, he's embracing sort of enjoyment. It's kind of crazy to see.
Like, he definitely has like some like Homelander tendencies because like obviously like he's like the one like propagating the message of like we're above humans, like we are the elite, like we're not like them, like you do whatever you want with
even though he's a human.
But then Ryan's also like
human.
Yeah, literally, he's a literal hybrid. But like Homelander's asking him, hey, like, what do you want to do, like, like as a hero or whatever? And he's like, I want to save people, like, just straight up. So it's like I feel like he has like,
it's in
there.
Still
has Becca like raising in him, like the instilling of like what, like very much so. And he's still a kid, so he's definitely conflicted. So it's gonna be definitely an interesting character arc.
I'm gonna be honest with you. His son his son reminds me of Superman. It depends on the environment. When Superman was sent to the farm with, those good people, whatever, guess what? He became a good dude, right? When Superman was sent to somewhere else and the United States military captured him, he was basically, it was completely the opposite. He was like a fucking bitch and yada yada, you name it.
Yeah,
it was in the Flash timeline where Flashpoint.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so like
he was like he wasn't even like he couldn't even talk and nothing.
Yeah, when there was another story where when he was sent and his ship crashed on Darkseid's planet, he became a fucking evil tyrant for Darkseid and fucking started enslaving planets, whatever. Blah. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like they're probably kind of leaning towards that direction, and he's mainly influenced based upon his environment. Which we kind of saw with Butcher when he was with him and with his mom and all that. That was more where he was tapping into the good side of things, right? Whatever, blah. But the moment that was cut and he lost those, and now he's just around Homelander. Now he's finally tapping into that. He gets influenced by where he's around, basically. So
exactly, and like that sort of goodness still exists in him because when he is around Butcher, you can tell he still cares.
Yeah,
he still cares for him. Cares for like what he represented in his life, like obviously his mother.
But it's getting scary because Butcher's about to dip, and if he dips, then there's no light side no more.
Yeah, Butcher is like the last the last connection to Ryan's humanity. If he dies, then both his mom and Butcher are gone, and
the world's fucked.
Cares about
that's they said it actually. Yeah. Oh, I just remember, Jay. They said it. Butcher even said it. He's like, if he dies and he doesn't do something, the world is done. Like he will end the world.
Yeah, they'd be fucked for another another century because Ryan would grow up and he'd become fucking the next Homelander. So essentially, Butcher is on a time, not only in a literal time, like timer that's running down because of his life, but he has to hurry before Ryan is completely desensitized and sort of brainwashed and reformed into because once he's past the point of return, Butcher won't even be able to save him. He just won't give a fuck no more. It'll be a complete...
What I like about... Yeah, I'm sorry. I like Homelander's definitely allowing Ryan to do his own thing though more than ever. I feel like so like that is beneficial, and so but it's like you can't expect a kid that's been so traumatized and has fucking killed his mom and gone through the shit with Butcher and all that to really have like a concrete conclusion as to what to do right now.
Yeah, and then the social media too, Shinobi, like all that shit being around, like, you know, the famous like environment type shit where, you know, like how that can really fuck someone up mentally. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like Homelander, because of his childhood, he doesn't know how to provide that fatherly figure. So instead, he's allowing Ryan to like kind of guide himself in a way. And the only sort of influence he has is his own character, like who he is, like leading by example indirectly. And because of who Homelander is, Ryan is slowly fostering his character into like being a fucking Homelander replica, basically. It's basically like fucking the Homelander, and Butcher needs to hurry the fuck up.
Literally, bro. Like, but bro, Jay, I will say this: at least he won't be a bitch like Homelander, even if he became bad.
Yeah, Homelander's
like Homelander is a fucking. Yeah. I'm sorry, that fucking boob milk scene again. Oh my god!
I know. I was about to mention that.
What I say? He's still a bitch. He still has that fucking kick, bro.
Like when he trying to remove his humanity. Oh my god,
bro! When she did that to him, he literally, like, I swear to God, like his heart stopped and he was the happiest man alive. Like he was such a bitch.
What a pussy, dude! He was like laying on her chest like a fucking bitch. I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, bro, you know damn well if his father was there, Soldier Boy, and he saw that shit, he beat the fuck out of him.
Literally,
he'd be like,
bro.
You're a fucking disappointment. To tell him again, you're a fucking disappointment. Yeah, it's fucking
bro.
Ryan. Yeah, I wish Ryan saw that and he's like, you're a fucking
like
bitch.
It's the weirdest shit, bro. Like, how do you go from being who you are and all that to that weird shit? Like, I'm sorry, like, it's crazy. Like, if he didn't have that, like, I could still, like, tolerate, you know, and be like, okay, yeah, he's that guy, right? He's cool, whatever. Well, he's not Soldier Boy still, but he's cool, whatever, you know, because he still cries, right? You know what I mean? He still cries and complains, and he's like a little bitch, and he's like fighting whatever with himself. But that is like the extra fucking icing on the cake. That's just like some next level bitch shit. Like,
yeah, it's fucking sad, dude. That was so pathetic. Like, I started to respect Homelander more, not because the stuff he was doing, but because he was trying to push himself. And then I see that, I was like, "You're a fucking bitch."
Like that's the funny part, Jay. He climbs up, right? He's like, "Oh shit, yeah," and he goes all the way back down.
Yeah, my bro. Now you're the biggest bitch in the set.
He won't ever be a Sigma.
Fuck no. He's trying so hard to be Soldier Boy, bro. You'll never be him, bro. You're no Sigma. You're a fucking pussy. I'm sorry.
He's a bitch.
You're more pathetic. You're more pathetic than the Deep at this point, dog. Like,
bro, like is he even alpha or beta at that point, bro? Like, holy shit, you know?
What the hell? Sad as fuck, dude. Do y'all foresee a fight between Ryan and Butcher, his bad side this season or next season? Ryan versus Butcher. Oh, you mean like the shit that's inside him, the fucking Compound V?
Well, okay, so I forgot the guy's name that like Butcher killed, but like there's definitely signs of him having some like fucking crazy ass power. So if that develops,
he killed that one dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but yeah, like he has the potential to be a lot stronger, even to the point where like he could be a threat towards Homelander,
Yeah.
maybe. I'm saying that with extreme maybe because it's unforeseen. But he's on a time limit nonetheless, so it would have to happen at a rapid
Bro.
rate. And I think, yeah, I don't know, it's gonna go down.
Bro, like
sure,
Butcher, he's the flood basically from Halo 3 right now.
Yeah, that
It is, bro. Yeah,
I hope they don't have that virus go out, man, because that'd be fucking crazy,
Oh, fuck.
dude. Honestly.
Oh shit's
Yeah, that one
they're
dude said,
hinting
like,
towards it though. It's spreading.
I know.
It's spreading, bro.
Yeah, it's spreading, and he said, if the guy that made it said, if this shit becomes what we wanted it to, it'll kill every soup. Like, every fucking soup will die. It'll be like an extinction event for the soups. And part of Butcher wants to, like, he wants that, part of him wants that, but part of him doesn't want genocide. Like, part of him knows, like, a lot of these soups are innocent people. Like, he doesn't want to fucking kill every
the
soup.
fucking the problem though is the problem the soups will fucking like Homelander's probably the only one in theory that might be able to barely get out of it or survive. But like, what's it called? Yeah. But the problem is like they're all gonna die. That's like fighting the flood. What do you do? Like
all of them. Yeah. Literally the plague. That shit's gonna kill everybody.
Like, bro, and they can infect animals to help them as well. Like anything goes. Like. Yeah.
So Butcher's like he's torn. I mean, literally, we found out like that person he was talking to was just fucking imagination.
I'll say this to lean towards what you were saying though, Shinobi. I do think potentially like because I think what's gonna happen is gonna be a plot twist. Like they're like, oh my god, Butcher's gonna die, whatever, blah blah. Let's be real, he's not fucking dying. Like I do think what's gonna happen is that virus, whatever the fuck he has, whatever, like that's gonna like somehow deal with that, and now he's just gonna be more of a threat, and then either they're gonna have to like kill him because of it, or find some fucking cure to save him, and then that's how he basically ends up still being around. Like I feel like that's what will probably more than likely happen, or he dies. He actually dies, like it's implying, but I don't know. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
appreciate it, brother. Who's the slowest person that can go the speed of light in Naruto? Slowest person that can go the speed of light in Naruto.
Killer B. Killer B, right?
Yeah. Killer B, Haku and her mirrors.
Oh yeah, Haku. It'd be Haku. My bad, Haku. Yeah.
Haku combat camp, but her mirrors.
Yeah.
Physically,
I was gonna say maybe Darley with his laser circus, but that's a jutsu. Same with like Mifune, according to the data books.
If we're just talking like characters, like their actual movement speed with the speed of light, then definitely Haku. It's definitely Haku that's the slowest.
Yeah, Haku.
B would be second place. With his V1 lariat shit, that's second place,
But heavy Sasuke.
Heavy Sasuke. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, folks, we'll go a few more minutes.
And to be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's also like in theory is also like a stretch technically, because the only ones we know for a fact that are blatantly the speed of light was Minato and the Raikage. You know what I mean? And things like that, whatever. While B, like that's over here talking about like his lariat combo and shit and whatnot, or when he performs with A and yada yada whatever. That could technically just be hyperbolic in a sense. Like it doesn't mean he's actually there either, because we know B, no matter what he does, he can't even be on the level of V2 Raikage. So
like he's inferior as far as speed. But yeah, folks, we'll go a few more minutes. We'll do it to where every super chat, like the amount, like every dollar will be another minute. So we'll go 5 more minutes because shout out to Kendrick, give us 5 more.
Shout out to the homie, bro. Yes, sir.
Shout out to the boy. Yeah. For $100 million, would you try to slap the shit out of Prime Mike Tyson on the streets?
For $100 million, I'd do it. Yeah, I'd do it. I'd take the beating. Fuck it,
I would too. Fuck yeah, bro.
I'll try to run off. And let's see if he can catch me.
That's what I'm saying. He more likely wouldn't even be able to catch Jay. All Jay has to do is slap him and run. What the fuck? He's old as shit.
Dipped, bro. Yeah.
500 million, bro. Oh god, tomorrow, bro, I'm having a good ass time. I can tell you that.
Bro.
But Jay's gonna go hunting mode, bro. That man's going butcher mode.
Yeah, literally, bro. They all prefer it when power scaling videos analyze a character's history and personality along with their strength, or when they focus solely on their scaling. I guess that depends on the video, to be honest. Some videos are heat, even if it's just pure scaling, and some of them are heat when they do involve more detail. Conversely, some of them are dog shit. So it depends on the video, I feel like.
feel like every casual person that actually likes anime is going to understand the grasp of what the narrative is trying to tell them. Me personally, like thinking of like matchups like Jiraiya versus Heavy Sasuke or Itachi versus Pain, like that's something you don't really think about while watching the series. But after the fact, it's like, damn, that's fucking really cool to think
Good
about
matchup.
considering the scaling and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, no, I love to hear about the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? Like the depth and layers behind it.
Yeah, because the only thing we ever got, even around that point in time, like there was like bits and pieces of hints of like Itachi and Obito, you know, potentially squaring off and things like that. But yeah, never like Pain, whatever. So yeah, when it just comes to that point, you think about it, it's like, oh shit, this is fucking peak, you know, whatever, blah blah, or even Minato, even Minato against someone, you know, whatever. So
yeah. Off topic, favorite starter Pokemon and why? Oh, this is Pokemon. Yeah, I never really got into Pokemon.
I'd say Charizard, bro. Fuck it, you know, Charmander.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Pokemon. I'm gonna say Charizard too.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's really
the
hard.
OGs, man. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I'll love the OGs all day, every day over the new.
Oh, of course,
I don't
of course.
Like the only time I feel like the new gen actually like surpassed OG in a sense was when, guess what, they used the OG as well. It was like a black Charizard or whatever, some blue shit. That was fucking badass. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But guess what? They had to take the OG material and then it surpassed. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I always have a soft spot for Alligator because like Totodile was like my first ever starter I ever used. You know what I mean? I didn't start off playing Gen 1. I was always Gen 2, then on. So I think just for nostalgic reasons, I'm probably just gonna go for Alligator, man. To be honest, man.
Hey, at least your Alligator is greater than Tobirama. You know what I mean? So
facts.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. That's a good question.
He was his master.
Kendrick, appreciate it. Another 5 minutes. Thanks to Kendrick. Appreciate it, brother. The honest truth of Jake Paul. Can he be a champion one day? No, he's not. He'll never be world class. Yeah, no, he's a great fighter for someone that's only been boxing for a couple of years, but he'll never be, you know, like someone at the level of Terrence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez. Or
I don't give a fuck, Jay. Honestly, if you trained and had a professional coach as well and yada yada yada, I feel like you could beat his fucking ass.
Yeah, I think if we were like be able to get to the same size, I think I'd if not give Jake Paul a run for his money.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Like,
yeah, or like if I was able to reach like his weight, like we follow like a catch weight. Yeah, like if I think I can beat him, he'll never be world class. I'm not saying that I'm ass, but I'm not world class. You're like, yeah. So like I boxed long enough where I could probably outbox him. Yeah. Yeah, he's not world class. No, he never will be probably. No. He's already. You have to be doing that. You have to be an anomaly like Francis Ngannou, which Jake Paul's not.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou started at 26. He's a fucking anomaly.
And that's rare. That's rare exceptions, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like 1 in 100.
That's like LeBron going to football and then he's like, nah, fuck this, and he goes to basketball. And mind you, he was goated in football too. You know, like.
Exactly. Or you got to start when you're like a fucking infant, like Floyd and all.
Yeah, that's how everybody starts from young, all the time.
Yeah. Literally, you have to be like Those guys started boxing when they're like toddlers.
Bro, it's just like Naruto. It's very rare for a genius to come out of nowhere, like Minato or Boruto. Like that's not common.
Yeah, exactly. The honest truth. That's actually a good video idea. Jake Paul, the honest truth.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That actually be a pretty good video, and you'd be actually very surprised how much fucking stats and like algorithm loves talking about Jake Paul. So that video might pop off.
I was always thinking of doing like a YouTube boxers ranked video or some shit, like weakest to strongest or like best to worst or some shit like or worst to best, some shit like that. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be lit.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, like there's a lot of them. I wouldn't do all of them because there's a bunch of them like fucking fodder, but I do like the top 20. Probably,
Jay puts fucking old Mike Tyson over fucking Paul still, and everybody cries.
But like Jake Paul, KSI, fucking who else is a boxer? Fucking
DJ Punk.
Yeah, guys like that.
Speaking of IRL people, though, one song I listened to today, though, that like I just forgot how fucking legendary it was First Person Shooter, bro. I'm sorry, but that shit goes so hard, bro.
Yeah, Cole and Drizzy fucking
bro, like, and then the music video too, like when you see, I'm sorry, but to this day, when you see like Drake's opening and how he goes when he does his part, like we see Cole, right, and it was great. And then when we see Drake, yo, that shit was crazy. It was just hard.
Yeah, people trying to cap that Drizzy shit is ass. I'm like, bro, there's a reason why he's the most streamed artist in the world.
Remember him on like the top of his own mountain in New York, and it's like, and he's doing the Michael dance and shit.
Yeah, literally, dude. Like he's still the most streamed artist this year. Like, people are capping that he's like falling off. Like, shut your bitch.
Like regardless of him as a person, whatever. I'm speaking mainly based upon like music wise, because those are two separate things. Like, people need to understand that music and a person is completely different. But what's it called? Like, but music wise and just anything, like just how it what like, bro, it was just insane. Like, I'm sorry, it's been a very, very long time for me to see something that fucking great. Like, or better yet, maybe even like, I don't know. I think that might even be like the most like cold fucking like crazy shit I've seen so far.
Yeah. That was one of the best, Drizzy's best verses probably ever. Like, on first person shooter, that shit was fucking.
What was even more crazy is when he's rapping and then you see like it go like it fades in and out like to him and then to like his outfit, you know, like that shit was cool too.
Yeah, that shit is fire. Like,
man had an Anbu outfit, bro, from Naruto.
Yeah, literally, like no glaze. I need to buy myself a
cool.
I need to buy myself a fucking OVO like fucking hoodie, bro. Those things are fucking heat.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, it sounds like glazing and shit, but it was dead ass fucking peak though. I promise you. What's it called? But you and Shinobi gotta watch that vid, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You gotta watch it again.
So fire. I need to I need to buy an OVO fucking hoodie, bro. Like the ones that I think it was one of the NBA games where someone gave the commentators 2 OVO hoodies, and those things are fucking heat. I think he gave them away to like
dripped out.
Yeah, it dripped out. I was like, oh shit,
yo, dripped out that music video, bro. Honestly, man, like, dude.
Hey, I forgot to mention this though. When we saw K-Dot's wife and then his kids dancing, that shit was funny as fuck, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like you guys gotta admit, K-Dot's trolling arc is pretty fucking hilarious. So
hilarious.
He did a good job. He did a good job in that.
Like
video.
The owl in the cage and everything, and him beating the owl pinata.
The hopscotch, dude.
I was like, dude, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, he definitely.
The hopscotch was crazy too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit was fire. I'm not gonna lie. Drizzy, man. If he has some in the chamber, he better just let loose. Fuck it.
Like what pisses me off is like even a Drake fan would more likely say this too. Like K-Dot is winning it in several departments right now when it comes to like the hitting back and like doing certain things. And this is way better. But then again, it's because Drake's not fighting back either. He's just taking it.
He's not. Now he's not fighting back. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, like K-Dot just kept going and pushing him more and like I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Like, and then the Leica song, like, I don't know, man. Like,
damn, dude, he fucking Drizzy, like, yeah, he'd have to like
he went peak in the beginning, like the beginning and everything in middle. Like, it was fucking peak, but once it got to the end, like K-Dot just started taking off, and then, like, he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, Drizzy, like, if he dropped, like, a Family Matters Part 2 or some shit, that'd be heat.
Like, to be fair, like, at the end of the day, I'll be honest, like, he's probably just to the point where he's like, hey, I'm that guy, like, cry more, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, basically.
Yeah, he probably.
And I get it. You know what I mean? And he has the numbers. Yeah, he has the numbers for you name it, whatever. So it is what it is. I get it. But at the same time, it gives a bad look for him, though. So.
Yeah, I think that's where he's at. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm still the most streamed artist in the world. I don't give a fuck right now. But
in the endurance battle, W has to go to K-Dot. That's all I'm saying.
Like Drake, when he has that fire, he drops fucking.
Oh yeah, like in the moment, bro, he's ready to go. Yeah.
Family Matters was fucking heat. Like I still think, I mean,
crazy.
That and Meet the Ground were the best diss tracks. Like lyrically, they're the best.
Yeah.
Those were fucking flames. Like, Not Like Us is probably the most popular because it was a bop, but as far as
like, I'll say this to this day, like the problem though is like with Drake, like with his shit, like in K-Dot, like the reason why Drake still has it over though is because like his just sounds way more pleasing and better to listen to. Like while K-Dot's Meet the Grams was like just some dark, sinister fucking type, you know, whatever, blah blah. Now I'll say this, like for what cut deeper and what was more like oh shit and like blah blah, you know, blah blah yada yada, K-Dot, right? Obviously. But for like the wordplay and how it sounded and how it's appealing, all of that shit, Drake all day, every day. Like it's not even a competition at all, you know. So
yeah, like Family Matters, that shit was a fucking war cry. Like
that
shit's flame.
That was a war crime.
Yeah, that shit was fire. That shit was fire. Like,
yeah, bro, that's funny.
Yeah, like that was fire as hell. How far would Naruto get in the UFC only using taijutsu? Would he be able to hold up with guys like Jones or Alex Pereira? Jones would maul Naruto. I think with no powers or anything, just taijutsu, he would take him to the ground and probably fucking guillotine his ass.
Yeah.
Striking wise, that'd be interesting. But
yeah, striking, he might probably have it over with just how much he knows and everything, and like all the people he's fighting. But the problem though is like the problem with Jones is the moment he starts getting outstrike, he'll just take you to the ground and beat you. Like that's or just grapple and submit you. That's what he did to the karate dude when he was getting like outstriked and whatnot. He just grappled and beat him. That's it. You know?
Cheetah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like so that's the problem. Like if it's just striking, probably Naruto. Like you know. But if it's like anything goes type fight, I would say Jones. Like, what does Naruto do? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
He's not ever. And that's another thing. He's not ever put into grappling situations either. So.
Yeah, never. Shout out to Kendrick keeping the stream going. Another 5 minutes because of Kendrick Bishop. Not gonna lie, if Instagram didn't exist, Drake would have won the beef. Drake would have by far had the best diss track if Meet the Grams never dropped.
Facts.
Yeah,
facts.
Yeah,
by far.
That.
Yeah, that shit was fucking fire.
Like, don't get me wrong. K-Dot's first thing, like, yeah, it was very, very creative, layers upon layers, this and that, yada, yada, but it didn't hit as hard, though. That's the problem. It was a friendly, it was a very friendly, like, you know, warning type shot, basically. You know what I mean? And then when when Drake, and that's the funny part. Drake did his warning thing, which was push-ups, and that shit went really hard. Not only was it a 20 versus fucking 1 type slaughterhouse, but he also did some stuff against Kendrick as well. Kendrick did his warning thing, whatever, and then Jake was like, "Oh yeah, oh really? Okay, cool. You want to do a warning, but put a little bit on steroids? Bet." Then he does his family shit, and absolutely, just not even a competition.
Yeah, that shit was fucking,
like 50 Cent. 50 Cent even said, "Oh yeah, Drake's winning right now." By the way, when he released Family Matters.
Yeah.
So and 50 Cent's like close with M. They're all close to Kendrick. You name it, yada yada. You know.
Yeah. That shit was fucking fire.
Yeah.
$2 from Kendrick, appreciate it, brother. Another 2 minutes. Goku no powers in the UFC. Goku no powers in the UFC. Martial arts, especially early on in Dragon Ball, not even Z, martial arts was very emphasized. So he was very heavy in martial arts. Honestly, he'd probably be a champion in the UFC just because of his striking. He'd be like a Izzy or something, like a lifelong martial artist striking wise. You'd definitely be like an Izzy or something like a Silva or just one of the best strikers, like a Lyoto Machida type or maybe a Wonder Boy type, like just very, very martial arts striking based. He definitely have
like a Brock Lesnar, dude. He's so fucking.
That's kind of interesting to think about though, Jay. Like comparing like actual UFC fighters to like what anime fighter would actually be the closest to. That's actually interesting.
Yeah, Goku would be possibly a champion. I'd say he'd at least be a top 10 fighter in the like whatever weight class he'd probably be like a.
Goku would probably be like that, like in like the lighter ones, or maybe middle. If it's heavyweight though, he wouldn't because of Jones, because of grappling and ground pound. That's the problem.
Against a very dominant wrestler, he wouldn't be.
Like Goku's not. I'm not saying Goku can't wrestle because I'm pretty sure he has done grappling, but he's not like. I feel like that's Jones' shit. You know what I mean? It's like that's his specialty. So.
I think Jones would take Goku down.
Yeah.
Most animes, there's no grappling unless it's like fucking Baki or something.
Yeah, Baki had that.
Baki and Kengan too. Yeah.
Like they would probably have some like Baki would be a champion in the UFC or some shit, but other ones that's just all hands. Nah, they're not gonna.
But that's another thing. It took for K-Dot to do Meet the Grams and then his Not Like Us shit to get over Drake, by the way, in my personal opinion.
And there's like theories that would probably convince some people that Drake won, but I'm objective. Like the theory that he had that shit in the chamber and someone leaked Family Matters. That's possible because he dropped fucking, what was it? I don't know which song he dropped right after Family Matters. He dropped it like 30 minutes after.
Yeah.
and he literally name dropped the song name. He's like Family Matter. Like he had a lyric where it said Family Matters. Like he knew the fucking diss track name 30 minutes after his diss. Like that's a theory that he knew, and that's like a one up that he had on Drake. But either way, K-Dot won in the eyes of the masses. That's almost
in the end, as the masses and even popularity, he did. Yeah, he won it. He won it stats wise, everything. Even though there's also the other thing that people said like apparently he did like bots or some shit. But either way,
that's
you know,
possible. But,
like regardless of the reasons, whatever, whether if it was bots or this or that or whatever. Bottom line is, objectively speaking, he won in stats, he won in popularity vote, and he won towards the end. But in the beginning, I don't give a fuck. Drake won that. I don't give a fuck.
Drake won. Yeah, he definitely won the beginning rounds. Yeah, like if it was a boxing match, he'd won like the first 6. Yeah, and
that's against everyone too. That wasn't even just a 1v1. Everyone. Imagine he kept that energy, but only for Kendrick. Imagine how much more it would have been then.
Like imagine if it was just 1-on-1. I wonder how things would have went.
I think that would go completely in a different.
Or even better, what if fucking Cole never turned on him? Like, what if he had Cole? Honestly, I think Cole and Drake would have.
Shit, if anything, that's fair game right there. Shit.
Yeah.
Let's make it even. You know, like Drake had to go against 20+ people. So yeah, I guess Cole and Drake against Kendrick is fine, right? You know.
Yeah, honestly, I think K-Dot would have lost if Cole was with Drake.
Oh yeah, he would have. Yeah, no, without a doubt.
Like imagine if they dropped.
Yeah. Bro, that's like Goku and Vegeta against Broly.
Yeah. What if they dropped like the hardest shit together, like a first-person shooter part 2 or some shit? That
exactly, wild, bro. What do they do? What do they do?
They would have cooked him. I'm sorry, they probably would have cooked him.
But bottom line is, in theory, with Cole and him, definitely more likely winning. And this is, I won't say definitely, but it is pretty interesting and might even be probable. Like it wouldn't bother me to say this at all. But if it was just Drake in a 1v1, it's there. There's arguments for it. It's there. You know, I'm just saying. So
awesome.
Yeah. Another $5, another 5 minutes. Appreciate it, K-Drake. He's keeping this going. Plus, Drake was at a disadvantage because he had to respond to multiple people. Also, do you think J. Cole did the right thing? That was soft as fuck what Cole did.
Oh,
I'm not gonna cap.
Pussy move. Pussy move.
That was, you don't do that shit.
He knew better. He knew better. Not only did he betray Drake and he like fucked him over basically, because now he was all on his own against everybody. Because it would basically been Cole and Drake against Kendrick, and maybe even Cole against all the people that were against Drake as well. That would have been funny. But either way, he not only backstabbed him, fucked him over, but then he's like, oh, hell no, he was just scared. Like he was scared.
Yeah, he apologized. It was even worse. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he said, I'm sorry. He basically said, I'm sorry, K-Dot, my father. Like, we all know you're the best and greatest rapper.
Yeah, that's why Drake on push-ups is like, dude, that K-Dot shit was whack as fuck. Like, he was telling Cole, like, bro, that was whack. What the fuck, bro?
I think he said verbatim, like, that was soft as fuck or something or whatever.
Yeah,
or something like that. I
forgot
how he said
that K-Dot shit was whack as fuck. Yeah, like, it was whack, bro. That shit was
and then he said the other line. Then he said the other line, too, where he was like, oh, I'm not like Cole. I ain't losing no sleep. Whatever, some shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I ain't losing sleep. That's Cole or some shit. That shit was fire.
What's it called? So like that's what I'm saying. Like overall, like it's just a pussy ass move, bro.
That was so.
Like he literally just got scared. He got fear hacks. Like I think what happened is he released his diss to Kendrick. Kendrick like reached out to him and said, "Hey, you better fucking delete that shit right now, or I'm gonna end you. I'm gonna fucking you're done." You know what I mean? Blah blah. I already got everything planned for Drake. I'll put it up for you right now. I'll put it all in. I got this shit ready too. You know what I mean? And then he was like, oh okay. He's like, I'm sorry, Dad. And then he goes next day, fucking says that whole apology shit, and then says, Father, you're the greatest rapper alive. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like, Drake that is wild. Yeah, that's fucked up. Drake just had more obstacles. 20v1, Cole turning on him getting his fucking house shot at by some fucking weirdo. Like, bro, come on, man.
And now the whole world constantly calling him a pedo now. That'll never end.
Yeah.
That will never end now.
And he's still, you gotta give him props. He's still standing tall. Like, he's still dropping shit. He's still like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck all y'all. I'm still the most streamed motherfucker in here. Like,
man is dealing with the 9 tails discrimination.
Yeah, literally. You gotta give him props for how tough he is. A lot of rappers would have been like, "I'm disappearing. Fuck this shit." But Drake's like, "Nah,
I'm out of here."
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna pull a noodles. Oh my god, Jay, you support pedos?
Support pedos and like, who are you friends with? Fucktard? Shut your stupid ass up, you fucking pussy. You're friends with the pedo in this community.
Literally, a literal one.
Yeah, he's a fucking bitch. How y'all feel about base Hokage beating Pain? Hokage Minato beating Pain. He's not beating him. Not full power.
No, he's not beating Pain.
Yeah, not full power. If he's fatigued, like with no tendo, especially, or maybe let's just even say like very, very fatigued, then yeah, I could see Minato beating him.
Yeah, if he's fatigued, yeah, that'd be fair.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's up, Jay? Spin a minute. What's going on, Panther? Drake's ass stopped glazing him.
Oh my god.
Prodigy.
You say that, but the numbers, you know.
Oh shit.
Hey, in the year 2024, Drake's had 9 billion streams so far, man. That's a fucking accomplishment, bro.
Hey, but let's be real. The number one GOAT, to be fair, I'm biased for this motherfucker, but the number one GOAT, bro, the only one that hit 60 million subs, Eminem. You already know.
That shit's crazy. Yeah, that's just crazy.
Pac would have had 3 billion right now.
And M's the only one in the Hall of Fame as well with all the music people. Like I'm just saying, you know.
Think about this. Drake's streams is even more than every single person on Earth streaming him once. He has more streams than that. He has 9 billion fucking streams.
The crazy thing about Drake though is the fact that his streams and numbers are even beat M. Like when Eminem has like his recent releases, not even that is getting there. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, like. He has he's the only artist in history to have over 100 billion. That's like each person on Earth listening to him like 8 times.
Like bro, like it's just crazy. The fact that you could beat Eminem and all these other greats that are very, very popular in those areas, that's just crazy, dude.
Yeah, he's that guy. Even though people capping that he's a pedo, I'm like, come on, bro, it's not the cap. Every girl that you've said he's victimized, they defended him. The girl in that video, I'm not defending what he did, but the girl in the video defended him, said, "Oh, that wasn't pedo." Millie Bobby Brown defended him on her IG story and said he's a really good friend. He was always there for me. Like
the Bobby Brown is baseless, so that's just reaching. Like
that's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I feel that one.
Like that's blatant. That's blatant interpretation territory, and people obviously just want to think of the worst. But as like
the girl herself, like defended him.
Like the only stuff that's like you could be like, oh, what the fuck? Like again, was the songs that he rapped about when he was talking about high schoolers. And then the stage shit, you know. But again, the problem with him being just what I would say, I'm not saying this has to be the case, but with him basically having like he's always had like the rap mentality of like just being a horny fucking toad. You know what I mean? Like he's a goofball. He's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like but to over here to like be like, oh, he's objectively and you know like has to, even as a person, has to be, you know, this, like I think that's where it's like, wait, you're kind of, you know, like grasping for straws at that point, because there's a difference between someone doing certain actions and then actually being that person, you know. So, but
like the girl on the stage, like she was like defending him, and people were getting mad at her. She's like, "How are you gonna get mad at me? You're saying I'm the victim and I'm defending him, and I'm bad a person? Like, what are you talking about?" Like, I don't know. Millie Bobby Brown, her. Every girl that people are capturing.
I can give an example. Like you know, let's say you have a comedian or whatever, not even a comedian, whatever, and someone says like some, you know, racist thing or they say like something whatever blah blah, right, and they say verbatim, you know, like what people don't understand is, and there's also a thing as intention as well, like, or context, where people can say things all because something is said doesn't mean like that means blatantly, oh, they are this and this XYZ, right? You know, there could be, again, context or intent, you know, intention, whatever, blah, you know, so on and so forth. So when you have that into consideration, that's why you kind of have to be careful and be like, wait, is this actually really the case? Now, can you say objectively, oh, from him saying that, like that racist comment, whatever, was he being a racist at that moment? Sure, absolutely. Nobody would contest you on that, right? You know, or even to say a comedian, oh, was he being racist at that moment because he said a racist joke? Yeah, obviously, objectively, yes, he was being a racist at that moment. But to say the comedian is a racist as well as a person, and he's actually like, you know, doing that shit to black people, whatever, you see where I'm getting at? That's the separate distinction, you know. So that's kind of basically what we're illustrating here when it comes to that. So again, you know, when it comes to the actions that he did, just like Jay said, I'm not defending that. He's not defending that. Obviously, it's wrong. It's
I'm not defending that shit.
You know, but those are between acts, and then you have between who you are as actual person. That's two different things. So,
Yeah, exactly. Cole's better than Drake, maybe lyrically, maybe. I mean,
He's a
hesitant to
good
say
ass
that
rapper,
now,
man.
he's a good rapper
Yeah,
though.
for
He's
sure.
really, really good.
Cole, he's just
Uh,
unique. Like that's what it is. He's very like unique in how he does it, and he's very gifted. He definitely is that guy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Tyga was a super pedo, but people don't say shit. People only pick on Drake because he's the biggest name.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Like,
Just for
no one's saying shit about
clout.
other
It's
people.
for clout, or you
Yeah.
know, for money views. You know.
Literally. I will admit though, I like Drake back when he released songs like "Over" and "Best I Ever Had." Amongst his older shit, his new shit's ass. I would say this: there is a different vibe with his old shit, though. Yeah, like is it
I
like I
wouldn't
see what
say
you're
his
saying in a
new shit
way.
is ass. I think it sounds great.
I would say it's ass though.
Yeah, what the
no.
like that's like saying first person shooters ass, or saying all these other things.
Family Matters ass.
Like you could say like, you know, maybe like certain albums that he did where they're like, hey, what the fuck, this is kind of chalked in a way, but it's like it's mid. But to say it's ass, I don't know about that. You know what I mean?
That's a little wild to claim.
Yeah.
Sure.
But like
No,
if something's ass,
bad.
like that's like us talking about like Eminem having all his albums and then going to revival. That's ass. That's actual ass. Even he said it was ass. Like so.
Yeah, literally did. Yeah. Of course she's gonna defend Drake. Stockholm syndrome. Really? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah. Okay, let me rephrase that. His new shit isn't for me. That's fair.
That's fair, yeah.
I like Family. I like this version of Drizzy with Family Matters. I think this shit's heat. Like this version of Drake he's fucking cooking. But he needs to drop more like that, in my opinion. But I don't know. Right now he seems to be not giving a fuck no more about the beef. So I already know Shakur won every round. He left Artem's face marked up. Yeah, I'll probably watch highlights on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, folks, I think it's gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
Shout out to Kendrick for keeping it going for a while. Shout out to the boy.
I appreciate it, homie. Always coming through, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
Have y'all heard "Grippy" from J. Cole? Pure heat. I have heard that. That shit is heat. Grippy was heat. Yeah, it's pretty heat. But we hope you folks enjoyed. If you haven't already, by the way, make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. It's really appreciated. Appreciate you guys all coming out with the whole squad. Hopefully, you know, we'll be around more often. We're trying to get back. You know, we're all transitioning, doing shit, you know, outside of YouTube and stuff. But
absolutely,
we got you guys. We got you guys. Maybe we'll do the webcam stream soon. We'll see. Talk about that. We'll let you guys know about that.
You guys gotta give Shinobi some more love, though, man. You know, we gotta
go
incentivize
Shinobi, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
for
incentivize him right
some
now.
love, guys. No doubt, man.
Yeah,
we'll make it happen, though.
Yeah, we got y'all. We got more things in the work as far as podcasts as well. Other guests we have in mind. Other ideas we have in mind.
I'll say this too. If you guys give Shinobi some love, whatever, that he'll do some more content videos, and eventually we'll do a face reveal. You know, but you guys gotta get the love. You know.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We've been out here doing this shit, bro.
We've been on the grind, bro. On God. So make sure to go show him some love as well. But we'll see you guys next time, folks. Stay classy.
Sir.
Peace.
Peace.